to another episode of Drinks Entrees. My name is James.
My name is Kenny, and we're here bringing casual conversations to life. Another show. We've been gone. We starting to do this not on an every other week basis. So we pop in here and there, just to make it throughout the year and stuff like that. But how's everything, man? On this very special edition of Drinks and Entrees, we shouting out all the men, all the fathers, all the father figures, male, whatever you call it, somebody. We got some good men that's gonna be on this episode. So, how's your week, James? How's everything going?
Oh man, I mean, it was good. Happy to be here, man. Got in a car accident, you know what I'm saying? So happy to be here. It wasn't as bad as whatnot. Got rear-ended, you know what I'm saying, on the Parkway, BWI. For people who are childish, pause. Say it louder for the people in the back, you know what I'm saying? Pause. For the childish folks on the show, you know what I'm saying? All y'all got to grow up. Y'all got kids now, man. Y'all just got to grow up. But so the car in the shop, man. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't major. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, work. We back open per se with the Rex. Getting back to the normal. You know what I'm saying? Normalcy. But other than that, man, just chilling, man. Happy to see Friday. It's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy to see another day. And it's payday for me. So I'm definitely good, even though I get paid to pay bills.
No bull.
Yeah. What's up with you, Kenny? How you living, man? How was your week, man?
Oh, good, man. I'm just, ain't nothing going on in my life. I'm a married man. So, just the NBA playoffs, me, brother, in the basement.
Okay,
watching the Sixers, hopefully we can make it to Brooklyn, and I know that's probably where it stopped. But just enjoying the NBA playoffs, man, and dealing with life, with car trouble. Well, I had a couple car problems, but dealing with that and just regular life stuff, man. But I'm good, man.
Got you, man. Well, like I said, it's Friday, and like you said, this is special editions. Father's Day edition, man. We know Father's Day is coming up, man, next week. So we wanted to do a strictly for my brothers, you know what I'm saying? In the PG-13 words of Pac, strictly for my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, I don't want to, take up their time. I want to make sure that we start introducing our people. So the people, when we introduce you, we like to do all Black everything. So just speak on something Black, support Black, whatever you're doing. I want to start. So we got a guest that haven't been on before. So I want to start with him, my man Rob. Rob, introduce yourself, and if you got anything you want to promote Black or whatever, let us know.
Well, my name's like Jay said, my name's Rob. Grew up in DC. Graduated from Maryland schools, Maryland, Murrland. I'm an educator in PG County and all of that too. But the things that I push as Black man is education, that financial literacy piece, and definitely with that in mind, my niece and her clothing line for tall women, Ninth Closet.
Ninth Closet.
Was recently interviewed by Cantavius Caldwell Pope's wife, man.
Oh man, that's dope.
Yo, hey, listen, man, doing big things, man. So I'm all into like Black young Black folks trying to make a way for themselves.
Gotcha. And shout out to you too, man, for being a Black educator, a Black male educator at that. You definitely know our youth, especially our Black males, and what we go through and our plight, man. So thank you for that, man. Appreciate that. Moving on. One of the OGs that has given us a lot of game and always looking out, my man Bobby.
Good to be here, brothers. Good to be here. It's been a minute. Just been chilling, man. Enjoying these transitions in life. Nothing real to promote this time, but the IG is Bobby Boucher DMV, and I think just like this tee and other, I'm always wearing somebody Black stuff, so I want everybody Black. So more than likely, if you hit my IG up, you'll see me, rocking something that's Black owned, and just doing my thing, man.
Got you. Moving on, Smooth System. How you, brother?
Good, bro. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Been a minute since I touched base with a few of y'all, so it's always a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the usual suspects on at the bar, co-owner of Future the Retro, graphic design, clothing, custom clothing apparel. Also want to shout out Royalty Vision LLC, my partner Frenchie and Glenn. Like if anybody looking to legally, carry firearms, things of that nature, get highly trained, professional training, get you licensed to protect yourself and stay dangerous. Other than that, man, baby girl graduated today. She going to kindergarten. She got accepted. Actually, she didn't get accepted. She tested into Sidwell, France, which is one of the best schools in the country. Honestly, she's gonna be bumping elbows with senators' kids and presidents' kids and stuff like that. So I'm just excited to see where her future's gonna take her. But other than that, man, I'm just glad to be here.
Okay. Next up, my man Jason, you know what I'm saying? The biggest, probably the tallest and strongest guy on the pod tonight. Let's go in there.
Yeah,
he go in the gym and lift the whole gym in one setting.
Need to get you back in there, bro. Stop faking.
No, sir. No, sir.
Anyway, I'm Big J. I've been on here before. Last podcast was pretty crazy. We had a good time. So they told me come back again and bring that same energy. So that's what I'm doing. Shout out my black owned companies. I got 4 of them. One is Beard Gang, my man Matt. That's where I get some of my beer stuff from. So go holler at him. I'm gonna tag all this stuff somewhere because it's a lot. Another one is Father Time and Co. My man John, which is fitting for the episode. He make father like clothes and stuff like that. So that's good for that. And then the other guy is my man Chris. His name is Bo. That's the name of his clothing company. All of them make dope clothing. And the last one is my man Ryan. Is One Oak and Co. He makes his own seasoning, and he's one of the baddest cooks I know. So if y'all need some catering or anything done, holler at him. But I'm gonna tag all this stuff somewhere so y'all know. But if I recommend it, it's on point.
Got you. And last but not least, other strongest dude I know, the youngest on the crew right now, man, but got a lot of game for you. So, when we say age is nothing but a number, man, that's what it is with this young fella right here. So without further ado, my man Bryce, I don't know what happened to his phone just now. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, chill, bro. My battery low. Nah, what's good with y'all fellas, man? Once again, yeah, this is definitely my second time doing this. The first time was dope, so definitely looking to do it again. Y'all see me though, we go training. Everything. That's my black-owned business. I'm a personal trainer, performance enhancement specialist. I work with anybody from 8 to 80, blind, deaf, cripple, or crazy. You hear me? I also have an at-home business where I help people with deregulation of services. So I teach people how to eliminate cell phone bills, gas and electric, a lot of the home essential services that they use on a day in and day out. And I use those things to power my business. So I basically am a all-around 1099 and just LLC me, and I'm out here. So stopped working a couple of years ago. So I believe in everything black-owned. I might have too many black-owned businesses that I want to name, but I start with Elevate all the time. My man Leak, that does the clothing line in DC. Another one would be Mavazi, another clothing line, urban wear. We do Rich, Realizing I Create Hope, another urban clothing wear. Who else? I'll give y'all 2 more before I get off this thing. Goat Training. That'll be, we gonna stamp him again because that guy's dope. You know what I'm saying? And then another black, I guess something black on that I want to shout out is Bar Drinks Entrees.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro.
For giving us a platform to shout out other people. You know what I mean? So that, I take it there for that.
Hey, Fred, man. Fred, you need to reach out to Bryce, man. He do, he performance enhanced, so he can help you with your jump shot.
Hey, because I ain't got one either, but I can coach it.
There you go, bro.
Be respectful on here. While you drinking white Zinfandel, you might want to hit the gym.
Ain't no white Zinfandel, man. This is wine. This is some very expensive wine. I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's red Zinfandel.
Nah, he put the Sutter Homes in a different bottle.
Okay. I see.
Sutter Homes.
You drinking that Linganora. Drinking that Linganora.
Linganora wine. You drinking that Skipjack?
Oh man.
Without further ado, man, let's get right into this, man. Like I said, we kind of gonna do a little thing different, man. what we wanted to do, man. One thing that Kenny and I have been talking about lately is just mental health. Not necessarily that, we are professionals or anything like that in it, but I think we all, have some things that they would discuss around that. Especially men, we don't get to talk about it as much as we need to, I believe. We don't have as many outlets. So we wanted to kind of talk about it and discuss that today. So Kenny, I'm gonna start with you, man. Doing checking the temperature, man. Just checking in, man. Mental health check-in, man. So we want you to rate yourself 0 to 10. 0 being that you need to check into a facility. 0 to 3, you need to check into a facility and get immediate help. 4 to 7, you need to talk to a trusted friend, family member, or professional help assistance. And 7 to 10, you good.
Well, 8 to 10. 8 to 10.
I mean 8 to 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You good for the most part, or you good to being excellent. So I'm gonna start with Kenny, man. Where you at with it, man? I'll check in, man.
I'm an 8, man. I'm good. Just dealing with life. Everything ain't gonna always be all the way perfect in this world we live in. But definitely a low 8. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can say I'm good.
Okay, cool.
But,
Rob.
Man, like a 6.5 to 7, man.
Okay.
This pandemic, man, it made you see a whole lot of things different, made you question some things, reprioritize some things, man. But I'm learning that doing it in isolation, dealing with stuff in isolation ain't the best thing to do. So I went out with Bobby last weekend, Bobby Brown.
Okay.
Cousin.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just good to talk man to man. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need that. So yeah, I'm about there. And I've in the past year, I've actually seen a counselor myself.
That's good, man. That's good.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Bobby, what about you, Bobby?
Good question, man. I'm probably about a solid 6 right now. As most of the fellas know, I just recently divorced for the second time. That became official April 1st, April Fool's Day. My ex-wife just actually moved out of the house last weekend. So last week was stressful. But I have my home, I have my children half the time. I actually have them with me now. So I'm on this 5-day stretch with the kiddos. So I'm trending up, man. I'm trending toward those higher numbers. Like Rob said, man, I've talked to people throughout this whole ordeal because, obviously getting divorced ain't no joke, but also getting divorced during a pandemic. And, we couldn't really separate, due to, the kids and the pods and stuff like that. So just imagine getting divorced from somebody and still in the same house with the person as you're actually going through the process. So, definitely learned a lot about myself, about my mental health, created a whole bunch of different new outlets in order to release that stress. So good topic, James and Kenny, man, and whatever I can contribute, to this discussion, I'm willing to be open and honest to it.
Cool. Jason, how about you, man? Where you at, right? Where mental check-in, man, checking the temperature, man. How you?
Man, I'm about a good 8 or a 9, man. Life is good right now. Bro. Life is good, man. All I do is try to, stay out the way. I know how I am. I stay out the way, you know what I'm saying? Mind my business. You know what I'm saying? My little outlet is going to the gym. So I go to the gym with my fellas, you know what I'm saying? We have our little man talking there sometimes. Or sometimes, y'all come by the house, we have our little man talk there, you know what I'm saying? But like my man Rob said, you need somebody to talk to, bro. You need somebody to get all this stuff off your chest. You know what I'm saying? If it's not your significant other, to be somebody that you can confide in or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just to talk about it, get it off your chest, and then you move forward from there. And then the biggest thing on my part is you got to pray, man. Pray about whatever it is and just take it one thing at a time. And it'll work itself out eventually. It may not be when you want it to, but it's going to be when you need it to.
Gotcha.
Amen.
Bryce, come to you, Bryce.
Man, my mental health is day to day, baby boy. I got a baby mama. I don't know what y'all over here doing pretty good, 8s and 9s and stuff. I'm like, dang, these dudes, I gotta get married. I'd say I'd agree with Bobby. I'm gonna say a 6. I don't believe in, whenever somebody asks me something 1 to 10, I try to eliminate 7 because I think that's just the easy way out. So I'm gonna definitely go with a 6, and I say that just because I think like was already said, COVID, first off, my daughter was born Friday and then COVID started. I was fresh off ACL and patella tendon reconstruction surgery, you know what I mean? So my whole COVID been like injured, trying to learn how to dad. And now as we start to kind of cross back into this realm of, I guess, trying to get back to what we could call a norm, I think now I'm in that position of just like, I've been branding heavy, like really trying to put myself out there in a situation to really elevate, you know? And it's just like, as I see my daughter every day getting a little bit bigger, a little bit smarter, a little bit more intuitive, I'm just looking at my bank account like, you know, that thing need to start doing that little bit with her, you know what I mean? Because I don't, you know, as a provider, as a man, you looking like, I ain't got nobody to ask for no help, you know what I'm saying? I might can go stay with my mama for a little while, but as a man, that ain't gonna feel comfortable for me. So just, you know, in that realm of trying to become fully just independent and be able to say, you know, put it on my back and feel that comfort of that. But honestly, I would say a 6 right now too.
Okay, cool. Smooth. Fred, Punk.
Damn, man, took the words right out of my mouth, man. I'm trying to get out of the realm of saying I'm good. Mm-hmm. Because I think, you know, as Black men, we default to that even when we not. So even if I'm feeling good, I'm like, yo, I'm getting through it. You know, that's my word. So I'm a solid C. Like my head's above water, 6.57. I'm, you know, every day is different for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to, like Bryce said, trying to gain my stability. So, you know, my daughter can look at me as somebody who can provide for her, you know, make sure that, you know, she's going to be okay. She can ask me for anything and I can make sure it's there for being able to provide for myself, make sure that I'm in the right mental state to raise her properly, you know what I mean, to be the right role model that she need. I mean, just every day walking out the house, not knowing if this is going to be your last day or not, man, like that's, you know, that's stressful enough, man. Like I can't even hold you. That's why I tell y'all every time I see y'all, I tell y'all I love y'all, man. Like it's, man, you just never know when it's gonna be the last time. So like, you know, I'm floating. I'm floating right above water, man. I'm jet skiing on a 6.5 right now, but I'm getting through it, man. Like I'm always here. Like I always need a voice of reasoning. James, you know that. I probably call you more than anybody.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So if y'all ever, you know, just feel like picking a brother up, man, call me. I'll gladly accept it, man. Same thing. If y'all need it, call me. I'll be there for y'all same way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I guess for me, I know Bryce said the 7 is a cop out, but for me, I'm a 7. Not
so you still gonna cop out. Respect.
Hey, man.
Mm-hmm.
Average, you know, 7, if you look at it, 7 is average. So yeah, I'm about average. Like you said, everybody, what they said about COVID, I ain't been right since, man. You know, COVID, I had it, or whatnot. I beat it. Hoorah. And I lost my best friend to COVID. Somebody that was 13. So since we was 13. So, and every day, you know what I'm saying, that messes with me. And it just seemed like because we've been in a house and we've not been able to, you know, and I'm not gonna say be selfish, but we not have been able to live life the way we normally live. It seemed like people are dying at a faster rate because we see it. It's just in our face all day and all night. Just seeing the situations, man, like the George Floyd incident. You know, when I was in our house watching the verdict, and like it's crazy that, you know, I felt like, and I really thought that he was gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? So just those things, going through that, seeing those things and seeing how we are viewed as men. But you know, you still have your good, and then you gotta take the good with the bad, as they say. But like, you know, I got a promotion, you know what I'm saying? I'm a job. So, you know, promotion during COVID. I'm still working during COVID. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people who are not working. There's a lot of people who are struggling. There's a lot of people who need assistance that can't get it. There's a lot of people now going to jail off them PPP loans. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't take advantage of that. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, I'm about a 7, man, because the days are better. Like this past week, like I said, I just got in a car accident, but I'm still here. So can I really be mad? Because it could have been worse. You know what I mean? So, you know, like everybody said, I'm happy for the people on here to be able to be transparent about where they are. And I'm happy for Jason. I'm happy that you're 8 and a 9, man. I'm looking to get there. Kenny, you're 8. I'm looking to get there. You know, still got.
It ain't always been no 8 or 9. It's 8 or 9 right now. Because you talked to me about a year before that, I might have been a 6 or a 5. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the good with the bad every year.
Yeah, you're right.
One thing I want to say, I'm glad we all having this conversation as men. It was put on my heart to put this segment together because I just want to say to each and every one of y'all, like, storms got a timestamp on it. That sun always shining, no matter what thunderstorm, hurricane, tornado, or whatever. That sun is always shining because the sky got to clear up, and then you'll see the shine. So whatever you're going through, don't think it's going to last forever. We're going through it. We learn things. We learn things about it. And we'll get through it. But like I said, the good always outlasts the evil. Good times always outlast the bad times.
Yeah, definitely so, man. So, but it definitely coming out of this has made me, appreciate it. You know what I mean? Appreciate life and value the things that are important.
Yeah.
And value what I do have. You know what I mean? And be happy with what I have. Not necessarily me per se, because I'm a little older, but when you look at social media, these social outlets, or you look at the next person and seeing what they're doing and seeing how they looking, whatever have you, you start to compete, like, especially us as men, man, all of us play sports, so we competitors. You know what I'm saying? So you'll find yourself competing with somebody and don't even know it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Find yourself like, oh, this man making this, but man, I'm doing this, doing that. You find yourself stressing yourself over that. So I've also been able to appreciate what I got. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite rappers, J. Cole, and he say, love yours. And that's what has put me in this space, man. Loving me, loving what I got, man. Love yours. So
J. Cole been helping me in the last couple of weeks, man.
Yes.
He did a song with Rhapsody, right? Called Sojourner.
Oh, that's my joint.
The hook, right? The hook, man. I swam for miles, only to realize the current is fighting against me, and I'm so tired. I'm floating now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to realize the power of learning to let go and just let God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pray, don't worry.
Listen, dude, like, and what you said is so important, man. Like putting things into perspective, man. We always look at things from a deficit mindset. You know what I mean? But when you look around, like, and this is something my mom, Bryce, to your credit, man, my daughter was born like 2 months before COVID hit. You know what I mean? So she just turned 1 back in January. So we've been isolating prior to that. But what I told my mom, man, like, she just hit 75, but I told her it's a blessing that we've been touched by COVID, but not taken. You know what I mean? Yeah. My best man had it. He was on the vent, man. That scared me straight. I was first in line for the vaccine after that. Seeing what it did to him, man, because not only that, a couple of the elders at the church passed away. I done buried one of my students like in the last couple of weeks. Buried a co-worker that died from COVID because her and her husband went out on their anniversary. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's out here and it's snatching us at an alarming rate. But the biggest toll that it's taking is on the mindset of our kids, man. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing that there's a lot of girl dads on this call. So that's making
shout out to y'all girl dads too.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of girl dads on here, man. So y'all
make cool, baby. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. How about that? Hey, man, but I appreciate this though, Lamar, man, Kenny, Jay, man, I appreciate this and just coming in contact with y'all brothers, man, is doing a lot to actually help me with the healing process, man.
Oh man, we appreciate it, and that's what I wanted this. That's what we wanted it to be, man. Like as we go on in the show, man. Like I said, we wanted to be more conversational, man. We might not stay on the path of what we normally do with the show, but we don't have a lot of outlets. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot of the book clubs that the women have or the social club that the women have, the ladies' nights, you know what I mean? It's just, we don't have those things, you know what I mean? We don't have a lot of those kind of outlets at the women, sister circles and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's because of what society say that man can and cannot have, what we believe, how we perceive life, whatever have you, how we perceive things supposed to be, but we don't have it. And this is one of the times where I felt like, me and Kenny have been talking about this for maybe at least 6 months, putting something like this together, man. And I'm just glad that we finally did it, man. So without further ado, man, before we get to the first round, I mean, we're going to kind of keep it the same, but we're going to make it conversational. Before the first round, man, I like to find out what everybody drinking on or whatnot, and take a cheers right now, man. First, man, to everybody that's on the show, and wishing y'all much positivity. So, you know what I mean? Put your glass in the air.
Amigo.
Yeah. Put your glass in the air, man. So I'm drinking on whiskey. It's called Wilderness Trail. I think it's unproof at that.
Ooh. What'd you say your mental health was at?
I didn't even realize it. Just seen something in the store. Shout out to Bobby, man. He got me on this whiskey, this whiskey rabbit hole, man. And he got me. I got a cancer. I'm filling up my whiskeys, Bobby. So you got me on this thing, man, where the last cup of whiskey, whatever it is, last cup left in the bottle, you pour it into another one, and you make your own out of all the whiskeys that you've been drinking.
Yeah, they call it an infinity bottle.
Yeah.
So your last pour out of your bottle, you pour it in a bigger thing, and then by the time you fill it up and all them different blends mixed together, man, that infinity bottle pour, that'd be something nice.
I'm about to give me
try that, man. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
bro.
man, I try that. Yeah.
So I started it over. I started over the thing. I got me a little canister, and I just put that. I put it all in there. I've had Woodford, Jameson. I've had Angel's Envy, Four Roses, Basil, Gentleman Jack. I think I've had it's about 15 different whiskeys in there right now.
That's when you're gonna have your kid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an infinity bottle, all right.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to the moon that day, baby. I can't wait.
Beyond.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go just like this.
Yeah, I was about to say that's one.
So, moving on, Kenny. What's that first round, Kenny? What's the first round, man? Why you doing that, Smooth? What you drinking on, Smooth?
Oh man, got that Mahi's brandy, man.
Shout out to my man Glenn.
Big Glenn, man.
You know what I'm saying? Fat Glenn.
Black own recipe. It's really good. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I hadn't had brandy since college, bro. So we talking about 20 years, and I get a different bottle every week. He in what is it? Good old Reliable Liquors off Rhode Island Avenue.
Oh yeah.
He got it in there. And it's also in Minnesota Avenue Liquors, and he got cigars too. So if y'all smoke, my cigar
guy too. Yeah. Jay, what you drinking on, Jason?
I got, I've been on my tequila kick lately, so I got some tequila, some Anejo tequila I picked up from the store earlier. Something new I'm trying. It's decent.
You go grab my bottle.
Freaky D juice.
Yeah.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, I got some Baker's 107 proof. Something. I've been on my whiskey tip. I got about 80 titles right now in my collection. So. Yeah. So I mean, fellas need to just come over.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to plan the time. Come over there, man.
We're gonna do it. Hey, listen, Bobby, we're gonna just do the show from your house, Bobby. You know what I'm
saying? Hey, we can. I mean, because last time when most of y'all was there, we had a good time. So
yeah. I'm moving in.
You say you got 80 different kinds. We're gonna definitely create an infinity bottle there.
And Rob, what you drinking on, Rob? Before you pick out, make sure you better go get your bottle. But
I ain't bring my bottle down, man. I'm drinking Uncle Nearest, man.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, you got time to go grab it real quick if you need to, man. If you want to make
it. You ain't gotta do that, man. You ain't gonna make
Look, no, I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna refill, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, me and whiskey. I told y'all, Jack Daniels my counselor, tequila my whiskey. I mean, tequila's my my what's that?
Mistress.
Yeah.
Mistress,
My
yeah.
counselor, Tequila's my mistress, man. That's it.
Kenny, moving on, man. Tell us what that first round is, baby. What's that?
Oh, you ain't gonna ask what I'm drinking, man?
You drinking cuz you drinking Pink Moscato, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we already know you got Sutter Homes,
You
motherfucker.
drinking that
Yeah,
Lazy
man.
Lord.
You drinking E&J. You know what I mean? You drinking a wine cooler, Jamaican me happy. You know what I'm saying? I bought it for my mom every weekend.
You got the barefoot.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Wow.
Cupcake. Yeah, man, what you
Ain't got no
drinking?
socks on, Kenny?
Cupcake.
What you drinking? You drinking Skinny Girl?
Nah, man. I just got this Cooper's Hawk, man. I'm part of this little wine club, so I had like 18 free bottles that I didn't pick up since the pandemic. So
What flavor is that?
that's sweet red.
Sweet red Zinfandel.
Cabernet, or you know what I mean?
Ain't no cab over there.
I mean, no Merlot, no Mount.
I told you what he was drinking. He drinking Moscato. Blueberry.
This dude, man. All right, so we moving on to the first round. First question. It's a good one, man. Why do men naturally feel the need to I always had trouble saying that word. Why do men feel compartmentalize? Why do men naturally feel the need to compartmentalize emotions that are looked at as being weak when you go through a serious life event? Want me to repeat it?
No.
Why do men feel the need to compartmentalize emotions that are looked at as being weak when you go through a serious life event? And we can start with let me start with my man. Let me start with Bryce.
Dang. Honestly, I think just when you're going through any situation as a man, I mean, depending on what type of man you is, like we got, a couple of generations difference of men. So it depends on what type of man you are to start with. But I think if you come from a creed of like being a provider, being the hunter, being the strength or that rock in your family, then showing weakness shows your family almost that fear of like failure, or just it's almost like a sense of like I'm passing the buck on to the people who I do provide for. And if they sense that fear in me, then what do they have to be strong about? Like where else are they getting their strength from if I'm their rock? So I think really it's just like a sense of like what you as a man feel is weak. Like to cry, I want to say is weak because I cried when my daughter was born, but I didn't feel weak at all. You know what I mean? So it's just really like where you as a man are taught to gauge your emotions. I think, growing up, most of us were probably told, don't cry, stand up, be a man. So certain actions that went against that creed, if you were brought up in that manner, they're going to be like, well, I can't act like that in the sense of adversity, because if I cower down in the sense of adversity, I am weak because that's what I know to be weak. But then you also got a new generation of I guess man that wear a purse. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what he think weak is. So
I'm not dealing with you, Bryce.
Yeah, it really just matters which side of the fence you're going on. I'm 230. I can't wear the skinny jeans and stuff. You know what I mean? So I still try to stay old school with my belief process, because I still haven't like crossed into that new genre of like having the shiniest or the brightest thing going to be seen. Because we still black men, and I think we get the conditioning of what our ancestors dealt with and our upbringing. So then we start to deal with like as a man, like they used to take a male slave outside and tie his neck to a horse around a noose and let the horse take off while they got another horse holding his legs. But they did it in front of the family so they could put fear into the wife, so then she could go and make sure that she told all the young boys that when they grew up, not to disobey and not to be a certain way. But at the same time, she also had to teach them that you have to carry a certain strength while you out here, because that could be you. So you can't be out here, folding under pressure. Like, you might have to take your lick for everybody. So once again, it's just two types of upbringings, you know what I mean? So I think that's really where it comes from, is just your upbringing. That's more so like the man is making a conscious decision to fight it. But I think it's really based off of, somebody just brought me up this way. I was brought up to think it's weak to cry. So in the situation of adversity, I ain't about to show that emotion like I'm crying or like I'm sad, because people gonna see it as weak. When everybody in here could probably say they cried one time out of anger before, at least one time. Like, you just so damn mad, a tear fall off your face, and that make you madder, because now it's like, damn, I'm crying, I'm really mad though. Now I'm about to, now I gotta act out to show somebody that these tears mean, these joints mean trouble. So it's pride, pride before the fall, I think, is that. For a short answer, it's just pride before the fall.
That's a good answer, man. Real good answer. Bobby?
I think we gotta normalize it being okay to fail. There's way too much pressure on us as Black men. We got, like Bryce was saying, we got to provide. We can't never have a day off. We can't never, be, caught slipping, because obviously, the world ain't going to forgive us or giving us, any sort of pass. And then sometimes just, even our home life, our spouses, our significant others, they not going to give us a pass. And so, I think it's, we do a lot of hiding that. One of the things sort of during this pandemic I had missed the most was, man, just going to the barbershop, because that was like my release. Like, that was my therapy. That's Black man's therapy. Like, going to the barbershop, talk shit, everybody's on the same thing, talking they talk, whatever like that. But then when that was taken away, I think that was like the wake up call for me to like, yo, you might need to talk to somebody. Because, you ain't getting your hair cut, so you ain't feeling fresh, you ain't looking fresh, and you can't talk to people. So, that does a lot to your, to your psyche, to your self-esteem. But it being okay to be like, you know what, I took an L on that. I stumbled. I didn't do my best on that. And then having a peer group like this to be able to say, you know what, it's okay. I've done that. I've done that mistake too. This is how I recover, and each one teach one. If we can kind of, spread that love, spread that knowledge, and like, help the next, brother out, to either not make a mistake or either recover a lot quicker, than you may have had to recover, from a situation. And that's just taking the ego out of shit, man. And so, I appreciate you, brothers. I appreciate, the circle that I roll with, man. That's the kind of like cloth we all cut from. You know what I mean? If I got y'all brothers know, if I got some game to share, I'm gonna give it. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking for nothing to back. I'm just like, you know what? what Hov say? Bobby did that, so you ain't had to go through that. So, so I mean, that's how I see about life. But I mean, just normalizing it being okay to say I'm not okay, normalizing it being okay to be like, you know what, I ain't do my best. I took an L. I could have rethought that. I could have did better. And then asking, that humility to be like, you know what, I need some help. Like, let me call one of my, my homies that I know might be able to give me a word. And then, people being able to, be open to be able to receive and share, man, and help people. So that's how I see it, man.
Yeah, dope, man. Let's go with Rob.
Y'all brothers said a lot, man. I heard, social conditioning. I heard the learning process, like normalizing that failing. And I also heard history. You know what I mean? Those three things right there provide the context for everything about how we approach life in this country, man. There's so much, like y'all said, pressure on us, man, to perform, and showing weakness, even in front of our families. You know what I mean? Sometimes compromise is our role as a man. But I think it's incumbent upon us to get more comfortable with showing and processing those emotions, allowing ourselves to go through that process, because it is a process. And, one of my elders told me, man, like she realized that I was grieving. Like, over 15 years ago, I had brain surgery, right? So for me to have a kid right now was a true blessing. You understand what I'm saying to you? But
man, for you to be talking, for you to be here is a blessing.
Listen, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking, bro. You have brain surgery, bro.
Look, hey, Kenny, on the prayer call last night with the church, man, I told him, man, breathing right now was a blessing. You understand?
Man.
But all of that grief, man, and Jay, you mentioned the George Floyd thing. My first time ever seeing the last minute and a half of that tape was when the trial was going on. It broke me. You know what I mean? That broke me for at least 2 weeks following that. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, like the conditioning that we go through, man, you know, the even from with Tupac, from the cradle to the grave, man, they started. From the mothers instilling that fear in us because they don't want to, now it's not being lynched by like the white man, it's being lynched by the white man and our brothers. They don't want us to fall into that. So they instill that fear in us. But then in school, with us not with us men not modeling what failing forward looks like to our young people, our boys are flunking out of school like at a tremendous rate. You understand? Because they think that making a mistake makes them look stupid. That's the main part of the learning process, man. You don't learn from being perfect. Nobody does. Nobody ever has, man. And I think with all of that pressure, man, and then you go out into the world, we stay wound up. So everything, man, any little thing can push that button and make us pop. And because we don't know how to process those emotions, man, and we feel like emotions is a weakness, we think the only emotion that we have to give life to is anger and rage. You understand what I'm saying to you, man? So it's like a vicious cycle, but I don't know how old you are, Bryce, man, but you look like you about close to my nephew age, or at least my oldest niece, man. She's 33. My nephew is 27. You understand?
31.
31. So you fall in between that, man. But to hear y'all talk about history and to honor it, you know what I mean? And to use that to push you forward, that's a huge thing, man. And we got to get out. We have to talk about it even more. So I think that social conditioning is huge, man. Understanding that learning and that growth process. And also, man, just understanding our history and our place in this country. That's the reason why I feel like that's why we behave that we do.
Gotcha. Got you. Jay, what's up, man?
I mean, they pretty much didn't cover it all, but you know what I'm saying? From my perspective, I would say we just got to normalize, you know what I'm saying, opening it up to each other and being clear and respectful to each other and me honestly caring about your feelings or what you're going through, you know what I'm saying? And not running telling somebody else, well, oh, this nigga Kenny called me, he complaining about this, or this nigga James complaining about this. Nah, we got to be solid men and be there for our brothers and stop being crabs in the barrel, trying to bring the other one down or trying to be better than the next one. That's what I tell everybody. Like, we got to stop, as black men, we got to stop trying to be better than each other and try to bring each other up as close and as tight knit as possible, because that's what the world is scared of. They scared of us being together, being linked up, being one niche. Because if they can separate us, what they doing now, then they know they got us. But they know we are the strongest animals, or I don't want to even call us animals, but we're the strongest beings on earth. And if we click up together, it's no stopping us. So if we normalize, you know what I'm saying, expressing to each other, saying, hey, I've been through that. This is what you need to do. I did this wrong. I did this right. This is what you need to do to make it right. If we bring that together, it ain't no stopping us, bro.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some jewels being dropped, man, right here on this episode, man.
I need a
right Smooth, man. What's good?
I mean, can't follow that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's, I mean, like since the beginning of time, we, like he said, like we've been the biggest, baddest beings on earth. Man, even in the slavery days, you know, they fought us against each other for entertainment because they knew, you know, you wouldn't get any higher level of entertainment value, you know. And now that, you know, we got our freedom, we still in a way got to maintain that perception that, hey, this ain't gonna happen again. You know what I'm saying? We can't show no signs of weakness. Otherwise, we feel like we're losing whatever advantage we have as far as like just physical dominance, man. And honestly, like I don't really see that as a negative. You know what I mean? Like I look at everything from a positive viewpoint. So like us, like, you know, compartmentalizing the, you know, feelings and stuff like that. I don't, for as far as public perception, I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. I prefer for everybody to know I'm not to be messed with. You know what I'm saying? You know, I prefer to be perceived as that one. Okay, you might want to avoid that one. Behind the scenes, I can go explain to my daughter what that was about. my friends really know, the soft side of me, you know what I'm saying? The people that really matter, the people that I ain't got to explain myself to, they know what's good, but everybody else need to know that, it's on site, no matter what. So, I mean, like I said, man, going behind that kind of wisdom, man, I almost declined to make a comment, man. Like y'all brothers is doing the thing right now.
Well, for me, I was actually looking forward to hearing the brothers' answers on this, because when me and James came up with this question, man, it was something that I needed to hear, something that I needed to hear from my peers on their thoughts and feelings, because really, I'm really guilty of doing that. In my marriage, life, somebody asked me if I'm good, I said I'm good, but really, I'm going through some stuff, and it was just the way I was raised. I was raised to deal with it, and it might have been the times that, the way as my father and his father may have saw the world, but the world's changed now. I think with all this stuff going on, we have access to a lot of information. There's a lot of people from like I said, the white, they see us getting information, they see us getting smarter, so they're making things even more harder for us through voter suppression, all the things we deal with, even, with the latest presidency with Donald Trump, all this stuff, cops killing us, we getting smarter, so they're making things harder for us. And I'm guilty of compartmentalizing a lot of emotions that I deal with on everyday life, just dealing with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to just hear what y'all had to say. But for me, like the way I was raised, the only emotion I feel comfortable, opening the door and showing to the world is either from anger or in rage or something like that. Anything else, if when my grandmother passed, I just couldn't let nobody see me cry. If I had to cry, I'm in the bathroom or I'm in a place alone and I'm grieving like that. But like I always made it to be there for somebody else and not, talk to somebody. I just deal with my emotions that I consider that are weak with myself, and I'm guilty of that. And I think I can put a few more years on my life, if I listen to myself and stop compartmentalizing my emotions. So that's what I would say to, my question. I'm more so, I have to listen. I wanted to listen to you guys because I have no type of jewel to drop to that question.
Man. Yikes, man. Like that's some stuff. The stuff that y'all said to me, man, was very powerful. Damn, like, to hear, people speak from a transparent space, a transparent vantage point, their vantage point. I mean, it's just hard to add to it, but for me, I think that we compartmentalize things. For me, per se, and this is just my personal opinion on it. I think because about, of course, like everybody said, learned behaviors. Number one is a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? I know I come from the era of do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even though it said that, I'm still watching how you move, how you act, how you watching your temperaments and learning that. I'm learning your behaviors to learn behavior. I think that for men, I really believe that, and I'm gonna say it, fear, insecurities, vulnerabilities, man. I think one of the things is, to me, it's hard to be very vulnerable with everybody because we're scared. And what I mean by fear, we're scared that it's going to be used against us.
Yeah.
So, being tough, like you said, in general, like, for example, if I let Jason borrow $100 and he don't give it back, instead of me being as though walking away like, all right, I understand who Jason is and moving forward, I have to show that I'm a man. Like, can't nobody punk me. Can't nobody look at me soft, because if Jason gonna do it, Bobby gonna try me. Bryce gonna try me. You know what I'm saying? So I think all those things, Fred probably try me, but it won't work.
Hey,
but
but
like I said, yeah. Go ahead. I mean, but those things, man, because like for me, it's hard to like, you let people in, and when they burn you, man, I think that's what we do. We close our hearts up quick, you know what I mean? Because we really haven't been taught how to love. We don't really know what love looks like. sometimes, I think, as men too. You know, and then I think some of us, it stems from coming from a fatherless home. You know what I mean? I think that plays a role in it too. And so we just out here, some of the stuff we're learning on our own. We're learning how to navigate through this life. And, you know, like you said, like Bryce said, from the football field, the gridiron, basketball, whatever we do, it's always about being on top. Nobody celebrates the loser. Nobody wants a participation trophy. Are you a man or you a mouse? How many of us heard that? Our whole lives. Get up. You ain't got to cry. But I guarantee you, every last one of y'all on here, if y'all daughter failed tonight, y'all will grab her and console her. You know what I mean? We have to normalize doing that for our sons. I know one show we had on here, and I understood where Kenny was coming from, but you know, I think his name was Smokey Norfield, had his son, he was holding his son, and his son was 16. And he was just like, yo, I'm not doing that. That's soft. You know, man, my son can't raise like that. I'm not saying Kenny in general was saying it, but those are the things we have to stop saying. You know what I mean? And you know, just I think those things are the reason why we compartmentalize stuff, because we're told not to be soft, not to be vulnerable, not to be like, for me, I remember two things in my life so far that stand out when we talk about this. Remember, I was 8 years old, and my sister's father, came to pick me up from school, and I haven't seen him for a while because him and my mom had separated. And when he came to pick me up from school, I was so excited. From after school, I was so excited to see him and so happy to see him because I loved him. Jamie just loved this guy. I ran up to him, but in the midst of running up to him to give him a hug, as a man, it stopped me for some odd reason. I don't know what it was. It just stopped me from giving him a big hug and dapping him up, giving him a 5. And to think about it today, it's like, wow, like, you know what I mean? That's how much of the you gotta be tough has been instilled in us, man. Yeah, like, you know, whereas when I met my dad, the first thing he did, because I met my dad 3 or 4 years ago, and I talk about it all the time because it's been a big thing in my life 3 or 4 years ago. He hugged me and cried on my shoulder. And he's a man's man. I'm talking about go to the gym, tell you what it is, like Kenny met him.
He like Lawrence Fishburne or Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, like he's a man's man. Every time I leave, every time he live in North Carolina, every time I leave, he hugs me. I love you, son.
Hold up though. Now that you said that, Ken, why this nigga James look like Lawrence Fishburne?
Probably do.
That's your daddy.
Yeah, his father look just like Lawrence Fishburne, dog.
Red pill, blue pill face ass.
Like I said,
oh man.
But you know, like, you know, those things, just like fighting, like, you know, and then like that word being called soft, things like that. Like we feel like that's the end of the world.
That's your reputation. Somebody call you, that's your reputation.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Your reputation precedes you. Yeah, but your reputation precedes you. Exactly. But foolish pride, like I said, can put you in a place where you don't need to be. If you could have just turned the other cheek or looked away because you all angry about something that you don't need, that don't even mean nothing when you go home and lay your head down.
Yeah. Remember when Smooth got in that scuffle? Remember we went to his cricket game?
Oh, and yeah.
Kenny, let me explain something to you. I work hard on my gangster perception, so you not about to tarnish my thug repertoire or your show, okay? I'll flip this whole thing.
But like I said, I think we definitely need to like Bryce. I know Bryce wanted to say something. I'm gonna give him the floor, but like I said, I think that, you know, we definitely need to like normalize what you guys said, open up to each other, not, you know. And then that's another thing, feeling though somebody using against you or telling your business. We hate that as men. You know what I mean? Like, now I can't trust you. You know, I think all those things. I know that's some of the reasons why I'm scared to talk to somebody or things like that, man. But you know, I appreciate you guys on the show being open and honest. Bryce, I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead, Bryce.
No, I was just gonna kind of tag along to something that you had said, just about the comment about like the $100 and not being able to come and not being able to do things like that. Like, we don't come from a community of like a bartering system. We come from a community of, if I got it, I got to keep everybody away from it. So then it comes into that to that mindset of like, if I gave you something that I worked my ass off to get, I'm gonna need that back. But the whole thing is like, you know, I've been practicing reading the Quran and trying to get more in touch with my spiritual and religious side. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what's up.
With that, I know like to you know, do like charity is big, and it's just like, you know, you never give what you don't have. It's almost like us as men, you know what I mean? Back to that statement about like why we go or why we feel like it's so hard, because like if I don't have it to give you, it's hard for me to give it to you. I may know you need it, but if I know it's my last 100, but this 100 could, or this $80 gonna help you, instead of me looking at I'm only gonna be left with 20, it's about giving that 80, knowing that I had it to give, not about I need that back, because you know, we gonna get it back. That's one thing about it. You don't give nothing without giving it back. Everything is tangible in this universe. You know what I mean? So yeah. I just feel as though, you know, like that love and stuff, and like what Jason was saying about just like, you know, about us as just Black men coming together in platforms, and that's like scary to our counterparts in the world, whether it be white, Black, purple, blue, Indian, whatever it is, it's scary because the original man was and looked just like us. And because of that, they turn them into Native Americans, or they turn them into Indians because Columbus went to India first. You see what I'm saying? But not because when he came here, because if you go and look at the old Indian civilizations, and I'm not talking about Indian like American Indian, like if you go over the water, like India, and look at what Indians look like, they look like me and you. But in every social platform, the Black man has been downgraded to the light-skinned man, regardless of his race, religion, or creed. If you go and you look at a Spanish soap opera right now, every man on that show that is supposed to be the cute guy or the attractive man on that show is going to be a fair skin. But if you actually go to tell them, I know a lot of y'all go on vacations with y'all wives and side pieces and all of that stuff. When y'all be out the country and y'all be seeing them Mexican dudes, they don't be no fair-skinned dudes. It's 93 degrees every day when I'm in Tulum. You hear me? Back of my neck sweating. I ain't even been, and I be looking at pictures and making my neck sweat. You hear me? So, but you know, that's how we depict stuff. So it's also like, you know, just that social cue of like, I gotta be king of the hill. But most people don't know most of our successful kings in history, they were successful because you couldn't touch the king, because even the peasants would have killed you if you said something bad about him. And that's because that was a charitable man, not because he ruled with an iron fist. You feel me? Yeah. And I think now we lose that sight of I gotta rule with an iron fist, more so than you gotta be more like Bruce Lee and be like water. Like certain things they gotta flow, right? So certain things gonna happen, and it ain't no way to duck it. Like you could duck a dude right now that you know he looking for you about that $100 that you own. And you could duck him every day and say, oh, but we ain't never had to get into it. But the day you run into him, somebody got to pay the piper. And that's how life works all together. Like you could duck it, you could run through it. Like I believe in going straight in life. You put a wall up, I'm gonna go straight through it. Because if I go around it, I'm gonna miss a lesson. And even though now I'm around it and I feel like I've just conquered that lesson, when I get to the next wall, what I'm gonna try to do again? Go around it. And now I feel like I passed it. But guess what? All of these walls, all they're going to do is resurface back in front of me again. Because until I go through that wall, I've never crossed the path of like success when it comes to that. So I just wanted to just hark back to what you had said on that, because that's real. That's real right there. Like it's tough for somebody who looks like me and you, who doesn't genuinely know our history. Like if you ask 99% of, I'm gonna say 97% because I believe in the 3%. If you ask 97% though, they'll tell you they came over here on a slave. They'll go to ancestry.com and they know for sure that thing coming back with somebody from Africa is their ancestor, right? But literally, the first freed slaves in America weren't even freed slaves because they were never slaves. They stayed right down in the islands of South Carolina. Never were. And you ever heard of Geechee or any of that stuff?
Yeah, everybody know that Geechee.
That's my people. That's my people.
Those were born free people. Those people were born free. But then a person now, they don't even realize your last name is more so either the plantation you come from, the trade that your ancestor had when they were freed from slavery, or they chose names that fitted them. So once I became a free man, the first thing I said, what's your last name? Free man.
Yeah.
So now it's Freeman's. You ain't never seen no white person last name Freeman. It's hard to find, right? But you can find white people whose last name is Blacksmith or things like that, because that spoke to their trade, because they also were not free. But we only look at it like slavery was just for blacks. No, slavery is something that everybody went through. So it's a social condition that we all deal with. The same reason why them, you know, just looking, I guess, a little bit more into it, but the same reason why we think that the white man hated so much is because of the hatred that our ancestors pushed on lighter and fairer skinned people. The fact that they were banned from civilizations like ours and had to go live in the mountains and stuff.
Francis Cress Wilson, baby. That's the isolation from the Garden of Eden right there.
Yeah. So when they come back, the first thing they want to do is make sure they make their point. Because we've been up here eating squirrels because it ain't no vegetables. We can't get vegetation. So that's why we don't know how to grow corn and stuff. So then when they do come, that's the things that they strip from us. Like, yeah, all that great stuff that y'all did, but y'all casted us off. So now we back to bring that drama to y'all.
They back to take everything.
Try to.
I like it, Bryce.
Just like when you go to prison, they say, what they say, lock your body, but can't lock your mind. I practiced ever since before COVID started. I went online, and I think this is a good tip for anybody who's looking to kind of hire themselves, right? I believe in a lot of the things that like Nipsey Hussle, the things that I saw him do, because I felt like, man, I used to be around the neighborhood too. Damn, I used to like to hold the gun like that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear somebody like that who then enlightens themselves, and then they turn more into a reformed thinker, not like a man, I don't think nobody was still willing to walk up and say, yeah, I'm gonna just try Nipsey. But at the same time, I'm a reformed thinker. So now I understand every action doesn't need a response. Everybody doesn't need that. I'm gonna respect myself and respect everything around me. Like my man Kevin Gates said, penitentiary rules are in effect.
So Bryce, so make sure you do one thing for me, because this is one thing I was gonna also say. Like you said, a lot of us are strapped in mental bondage. So we can't think outside of ourselves. We can't think, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, make sure you share that information, man, when you out here, man, because no matter
that's the young OG.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, make sure you share your information that you have. I truly believe I can learn something from anybody. Like the saying is, a broke clock is right twice a day. So I feel like that, and we need to go ahead and with what we talk about now, we need to also make sure we pass this information on to the youth, and we need to pass it on to the next line.
Look, time out. I'm sitting up here now, man. I work at Thurgood Marshall, right?
I went to Thurgood Marshall too, by the way.
I went there too when it was Tawny. My wife went there, and they the ones who got the name changed. You know,
I went there to Thurgood Marshall with 7th and 8th grade.
All I'm thinking of, right? That was the first school we moved in when I moved into Maryland from DC. But I'm sitting here, man, and I would love to have y'all brothers come up and speak to our young men, man.
Oh man, I'm definitely down for it, bro. I'm definitely down for it.
All you gotta do is let me know.
And you said Future the Retro. I ain't realized you was connected with Frenchie. You know what I mean? I got a couple of t-shirts upstairs, my legalized being black joint. You know what I mean?
Here we go, man.
Legalized
being black, baby.
I go to Union Temple down there in Anacostia, man, right off Minnesota Avenue and all that, man. But he talked about the Quran, man. That's how after Donald Goins, reading about Donald Goins, right? Because he talked about pimping ain't nothing but breaking the mind so that the body will follow. You know what I mean? Then I got into the Quran, you know, then I got into like the Dead Sea Scrolls and all of those different types of like those other like scriptures. You got it? But it let me see that all of these things are based on the same thing, man. But y'all young brothers, man, like you all are making me feel like very proud right now, man. You know what I mean? And I know I ain't nothing but like 10 years, maybe 13, 14 years older than y'all, man. But at the same time, to see it, I got family members, man, that's y'all age and younger, man, that's locked up for years, decades. You understand what I'm saying to you, man? So, like, I got family member that's not here no more. You got me? So hearing y'all speak like this, man, and just it is inspiring, man, and more young people need to hear it because we don't value history. We don't value a lot of the things that we need to value in order, and especially coming together and talking to one another, man. This vulnerability that you all are talking about and that you all are actually modeling for people to see, that we're modeling for people to see, is an amazing thing, man, especially for each one of us. And the beautiful thing, man, is it looks like we have multiple types of generations in here. You know what I mean? So that's the awesome thing, man. And I just want to thank you all for inviting me for being here, man.
Definitely,
Absolutely,
man.
absolutely.
Like I said, man, make sure whatever information y'all got, man, pass it on to the next
Yeah.
the next generation.
And like I said, Rob,
Man.
I roll with a tight circle, so every single person on here would love to be a part of that,
Yeah,
man.
let me know.
Real talk.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
pulling up. We pulling
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
brother, definitely for sure. You know, these brothers know me, man. I have 3 degrees in engineering. I have a double MBA, operations and management and finance. You know, I'm definitely with any of the kids trying to go into any of the STEM fields. But these brothers that I don't work with, so they know me. I'm a disruptor. You know, at least for me, for Bobby right now, in my life, in my career, it's all about disruption of the, you know, sort of that status quo. You know, during this COVID stuff, I mean, it was interesting. They know I used to have a low cut, no beard. You know, I mean, it was clean cut. You know, corporate wore the suits and everything like that. And then during COVID, and I was like, man, the hell with that. I'm like, I got 25 years in the game. I wake up every morning and piss excellence. I'm the best at what I do. Fuck it.
What's up, yo?
Humility, but no humility. I'm the best at what I do. And I'm like, why do I have to kowtow? You know what I mean? They're going to get this beer, they're going to get these cakes or whatever like that. And they either going to pay me for the game that they do or they not. And if they don't, somebody else is. So, I'm definitely about, you know what I mean? Just being like my authentic self. I'm gonna be 45 in September, man. It's all about being my authentic self. And if nobody rocking with Bobby being his authentic self, man, then I feel sorry for you because that's what you're gonna get.
I'm hitting
Bobby, you saying that, Bobby?
45 in October, bro.
Bobby, you saying that, man? I think that plays a lot in what we just talked about, that question, compartmentalizing things, because we're scared to be our authentic selves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're scared to like certain things that may not go over in our culture or as a man. You know what I mean? Certain things that you might like to do. Like, I know growing up, man, reading books wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Growing up, learning about the Lord and Christ, that wasn't a thing. And at least for me, I know some of the people that I hung around, it wasn't. You know what I mean? I know growing up, going through college, it was all about how much, you know what I'm saying, how many girls you can get.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you couldn't be authentic self, and, like if you liked a certain color, but you knew that if you wore it, you was going to get clowned. You wore your hair a certain way, you knew you was going to get clowned. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just like that thing too. Like, I think teaching kids to be their authentic self early. I think my thing is I'm a big advocate for the youth, man, because that's what I work with. I work with that. I work for Park and Recreation, so I do work with the youth here and there. I don't get to work with them as much. But for me, I talk about them a lot, man, because that's who's the next in line, and that's who we raising. You know what I mean? Like, I was proud to see them standing tall, against the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? And watching the youth do that. You know what I mean? I was proud to see that. I'm proud to see the youth stepping out here and daring to be different. You know what I mean? Because we were scared to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud to learn how the youth think and how they move and why they do the things the way they do. Teach me something. I can learn from anybody. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that old guy that say, oh, you young punks don't know anything, or, this, that, and the third. Like, I like that they brutally honest with a lot of stuff. I do. You know what I mean? So I'm an advocate for them, and I want to see them grow. So especially our young Black men, because of what they're seeing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're seeing things at an age that we wasn't privy to see because there wasn't no social media. Yeah, we all know about the Rodney King situation, but that may have been the first thing we really saw on live television. Man, just in this COVID, we've seen Ahmaud Arbery get gunned down. We've seen George Floyd get killed. We've seen the young lady in I can't think of her name. The young lady in Kentucky.
Yeah. Breonna Taylor,
she get like
Ergana,
like
been
these
nonstop.
yeah, but they're saying this at an early age. So I know that their mental kind of crazy. When you talking to a kid and he don't think that his life is worth anything or he only gonna make it to 20, he don't know if he's gonna see the next day, man. I think that's why we are in a place where we are. And I think as men, like you said, because the way we have to face the world, especially as Black men, we have no choice but to be tough.
Yeah.
Because of what we have on our shoulders from the time we wake up.
And it's all by design. That's the hardest thing. Like the young dude Bryce, he said that, we don't have that community of care anymore. But that's what we were brought up on. That's what our generation started from. That's what Tulsa was. That's what Southwest was when I used to live around Foster Street. You know what I mean? Like my neighbors would talk to my parents about whatever we did. If I did something on my way home from school, man, my mother and them knew before they got there. Because it was a sense of community. And even before that, if you needed a cup of sugar, you could go to your neighbor and it wasn't robbery. But they broke all of that up, man. They broke it up intentionally. Drugs and guns, making all that stuff accessible, man. Like minimum, like vagrant laws. You know what I mean? Locking brothers up just for hanging out in the streets, on the corners. You understand? Giving all of these long sentences, man, and taking fathers out of the home. And now they taking mamas out of the home.
Willie Lynch, Jim Crow.
Like, listen, man, all that stuff is real, man. And now what we got to do, we got to show our kids that they trying to repeat it because they gutted the Voters' Rights Act during the George Zimmerman trial back in 2013. And now state by state, even though the federal government still has these laws in place, the states are breaking down voters' rights. So now you won't have Georgia the next time to save the presidential election. You won't have like other states in the South to actually save Alabama. They're taking it all away. But we have to start training our kids to watch that, man, and understand the power of their voice, man. So
absolutely.
We definitely do. Like I said, I'm an advocate for the youth, but I'm an advocate for y'all too, man.
It's gonna have to start with us. It's gonna have to start with us. Like I said, the whole conversation about compartmentalizing, we're gonna have to normalize it as from our age because we're young enough to touch the youth right now, but we're old enough to be wise to know what we're talking about. So if we open it up and we showing that, you know what I'm saying, we can make it cool to share your feelings or to guide or to teach or to reach the next person. If we normalize it at our age and it trickles down, it's going to serve the youth even better. So I think it starts with us, most importantly.
And we also got to remember too, man, it's not going to be an easy task, and we can't give up. You know, we can't be like, you know, because you didn't reach this one person don't mean you didn't reach another. You know, we also got to have that mindset that, you know, just because I didn't reach the masses, but I reached some of them. You may not reach the majority, but you reach the minority. Somebody heard it. Somebody listened. And the reason why I say that is because if anybody on this pod tonight was in the wrong path, somebody got to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody got to you. If you was teetering the line, you know what I mean, of what was right and what was wrong, or if you done some things in your life, somebody got to you and put you on the right track. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It can be done. You know what I mean? Or whatnot. Man, I love this conversation, man. I love talking to you, bro.
I just want to say one thing. Bobby said something that struck a light bulb in my head too. Like, I really want to, you know, if you know, share this with the youth too, because like authenticity is very important.
Authenticity.
What did I say?
Authenticity. What the hell you said?
That damn Zinfidel.
Hey, man, I might need to get a bottle of that, Kenny, man.
Off. You said, first of all, you said off. You didn't say off. You said authenticity. You said authenticity.
It's my mic. My mic. Is my mic on?
Now you good. You know what that is? That's called African American vernacular, bro. That's not wrong.
That's African American vernacular.
Authenticity.
You said, first of all, Kenny, you said authenticity.
Hey, tell them the Sixers winning.
Authenticity. You said authenticity. That's
you would have put it on Instagram, they would have known what you was talking about.
Yeah, we know what you was talking about. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Yeah.
Authenticity is very important because, and I really want to stress that with the youth, because just in my experience alone, like when we was in college, James, and I used to have braids. So I used to always, and I'm just comfortable. I'm not a person. I never was a person that liked dressing up. Never was a person, I just felt uncomfortable when I took my first job. I had to cut my hair off, and I'm wearing suits, and I'm walking in these offices with white people, and me being the only Black person, and at that I'm 23. So automatically, me not being myself, my confidence is coming. My confidence is limited, so it's getting in the way of me thinking and actually doing my job and functioning correctly. So I think like through the years, I learned that, man, I going into these meetings and me being intimidated, this ain't gonna last long for me. So, really being myself, preparing for meetings, and just doing things my way and explaining things my way, talking my way, articulating my way, helped me get to where I'm at right now in my career. And I just wanted to throw that out there. But when Bobby said authenticity, that really struck above, man. We really got to be ourselves in order to be effective in whatever we're trying to do, whether it's make a change professionally or whatever, man. That's very important.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because that's what like shout out to my man Pitt, man. Rest in peace to him. I said every show I'm gonna keep him alive. That was my best friend. Was one of my guys known since I was 13 years old. Man, we was rocking, man. Since then, he was one of the person that said it along with my supervisor. One of them said it. He said, "Man, be yourself, man. Because can't nobody do you better than you." You know what I mean? And so, and then it's funny. Like I said, I talk about the youth. This one girl, man, she said the creed that she lived by is be yourself because everybody else is taken.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I strive to be, man. So I appreciate this conversation so far, man. Like, what I mean? Thank y'all, brothers, man. We got some more to talk about, man. Kenny, what we got for round two, Kenny? What we got for round two, man?
Round two, wow. Y'all hear me? That's the audio going crazy. But for the second round, we really answered the question so thoroughly. Like we kind of went into the second question, but I mean, just for the sake of doing it, the second round is what are some ways us as men can deal with everyday pressures at life? For example, like just go back to what James was saying, women, they have these outlets where they have girls' night, game night, book clubs, and all this stuff. And, with men, we at home and, we don't do that. Like, I'm looking for like a healthy type of, situation where men can get together in somewhat of a similar environment. What are some things that we can do?
Sorry to cut you off, Kenny. Don't be general with it. I mean, let's get a little deeper into it. Like, for example, I'm kind of used to first move, but what do you do? And what would you like to do? You know what I mean? To get those outlets or, to help with your mental, stability. What to get you to a 10? What are some things that you do now that help you or assist you in that? And what are some things that you need to work on? And, what are some things that you would like to see yourself do? Like, I know I may ask a couple of questions there, but let's get deep. Like, let's dive into it. Like, let's talk about, like, let's not, if y'all don't mind, let's be vulnerable. Let's not generalize it. I see Fred can reconnecting or whatever. So hopefully we get him in there. But Fred, let's really talk about it. Like, let's dive deep into it. Fred, did you hear the question, Fred?
No, I lagged out. I'm back though.
Oh no, I was asking because Kenny was asking questions about pretty much we was talking about some things that we can do in what ways, and I didn't mean to cut him off. And Kenny, I apologize for that.
We a team,
like the question was, what ways can we deal with everyday pressures at life? And we were talking about how we compartmentalize things. So what are some outlets or some things you do? Because like we got the women have the sister circles, the book club, the ladies' nights. They have the, wind down Wednesday, whatever they want to call it, things of that nature. So what do you do? And I want you to be vulnerable, like, let's talk. What do you do to help you with everyday pressures at life? What are some things that you want to do better? And what's some things that you're seeking? You know what I mean?
Okay. So, I mean,
some outlets.
I said it before, like, and this actually takes some like mental training. It's not something you can just walk into because it's very difficult. Like we wake up to negativity. Like entertainment is negative. If you look at the TV shows that we watch, the movies, you know, the music that we listen to, it's all some form of negativity. So I train myself that no matter what I do, no matter what I encounter during the day, instead of just drawing myself into the negative pool, I find a positive out of every single thing that I encounter. And it's crazy because the one place where I see it helps me is when I'm driving. Like normally if somebody cuts you off, you mother beep, 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 you blowing the horn at them. Like if somebody cut me off or somebody, you know, like slip in my lane or blow their horn at me, I wave at them. Man. I tell them, God bless them, man. You know, like I smile at them. It don't bother me, right? Like it, I think I've cured road rage. Like I literally, I don't have a problem with anything that happens. Like if somebody, say if I wake up tomorrow and I notice that somebody like Kenny blocked me, just for, you know, for example, I'd be happy for that brother. Cause you know what it takes for somebody to realize that it's better for them to cut you out of their life. Like I'm not upset with anything. I find a positive and I look at things from other people's perspective. And if we all looked at life from the other person's perspective, that would cut out hate, jealousy, rage. It'll cut out a lot of stuff because like you never know what somebody else is going through, man. Like when you smile at, like, you know, Jane, like we used to do this all the time. Like we wouldn't want nothing from nobody. Like we just naturally charming people. We just want to see people laugh. We just want to see people smile. And we would always see girls and women that's just messed up attitudes. So we would just do random things just to make somebody smile we don't want nothing from you. We just want you to feel better about your day, you know, for you to, when you get home, to be like, hey, dang, man, that guy, them guys at the mall, man, that sure was funny. They ain't even asked for my number. They ain't, you know, they ain't nothing. Like, what do you know? They tell you their name? Don't none of that matter, man. Like, I just find a positive out of everything. And I'm telling you, like, if y'all train y'all minds to do this, y'all gonna be in a different place in life, man. It really helps me. It gets me through my days, man. It really does.
So, what would you like to work on? Also.
The one thing I need to work on is I need to work on self-accountability, man. Like I use just about every reason in the book to be lazy. You know, like I say lazy because I can't find another, you know, word for it, but I don't feel like I work as hard as I need to be working for me to be where I'm at right now. Like I'm nobody's millionaire. Like I'm not stable as far as what a man should be at my age. Like, you know, for me to have a daughter that's about to be 5 years old on the 15th, like I feel like I should be in another place in my life. So like just that self-accountability, you know, that working, that pushing through the like you know, that wall of depression, like you right there. That's why I say like I'm floating at like a 6.5, 7, because like I ain't gonna hold you, where like it takes a lot. Like it's real, like Jay tell you, like you feel like, hey, I need to go to the gym, I need to get right. You look at these pictures, man, that's where I need to be. But then when it comes time to get up, you sit back down. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, it's hard, man. It's real easy to get drawn into the depressive state. And like I feel like, you know, like positivity and self-accountability helps with all that. And like that'll push you through any obstacle you have, for real.
Like AZ say, man, life's a bitch.
Then you die. Wondering why. Then you never know where you're gonna go. Life's a, yeah.
Come on, man. That's high school right there for me, Chad.
Jay, what are some things that you do as outlets, you know, to help your mental state, mental stability, and then what are some things that you would like to work on, man? Like, let's dive deep, man. Like, really, like, you know, be transparent with yourself. You know, that's what we're here for.
So I'm basically gonna break it down to like, if you want to do stuff like on your own internally, and then things you want to do
Okay, and this is just for you, just for you.
Just for me, towards a group setting. So internally, the first thing, like Fred was saying, I try to be positive at all times. Speak positivity, be positive towards others. That'll bring positive energy into your life off the break. Second thing I do, and the most important thing that I do, and I want all y'all brothers to do, is write stuff down. So write down what it is that you want to do. Write down what your problems is. Write down what you want to solve and how you're going to solve it. And then whatever you write it down, put that in your face. So every day you see it, you can't walk by it. You can't dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? I got it on my work computer and stuff that I need to do. So every time I log into work, it's a list of everything that I need to do. Not work stuff I need to do in my life. So write stuff down. That way you hold more accountability. Then you need your outlets. So individually, my outlet is going to the gym. And Lord knows it be days I don't want to go to no gym. I be home all day. The first thing I can do is just sit home, watch TV, watch the game, whatever. But I purposely get up, come from my place, drive another 25 minutes to go to the gym. And sometimes I'm in there by myself. And that's the worst time to go to the gym, but when you're in there by yourself, because you ain't got nobody to talk to. But at the same time, you're holding yourself accountable, because when you get there, you know that's your outlet. So you need to pick an outlet, pick something that you can do and that you want to stick to it. So when you do get that outlet, it's automatic. You automatically know, I got to do this. I got to go. I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this in order for my mental to be right. And then lastly, if I want to do something with a group setting, I get one of my mans. I say, hey, let's get a bottle. Let's talk about it. Whatever it is, we're going to talk about something. So you come over my house, James and Kenny have been over my house a couple of times. I need to get Bobby, Rob, you in the crew now. We need to get you over here. We're going to get a bottle. We're going to sit down. We're just going to discuss all our problems. It ain't got to be no podcast. It ain't got to be nothing. We're going to sip good. We're going to eat good. And we're going to talk about it. And that's my way to do with stuff as a group. So like I said, you need your outlets individually and you need your outlets as a group as well.
Like that, Jay.
Like the very first time we've been to your house, Jay, you proposed and we didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like, we was like, what's up, man? We just talking, shooting the breeze, watching the game. He was like, yeah, I'm glad y'all over here. And he said, we about to have some food coming over. And he said, I'm about to propose. He was like, what? Just like that. Just like that.
Hey,
just like your family around though.
Yeah.
But Kenny, the crazy thing about it, the second time we were over his house, he told us that he had a kid on the way. So it's always been, it's been a beautiful scene when we got over that joint. Yeah.
It's a life-changing event every time you come over here.
Right, no life-changing
event.
Yeah. Bryce, let me hear from you. I want to hear from the OGs last, man, because they've been here longer than us, man. So I want to hear what they got to say. But I want to hear from the young OG, man. No, but I definitely want to hear from the young OG, Bryce.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, y'all know I'm strong like Jay. So for myself individually, I'm in the gym. I'm already in the gym because I'm training clients, you know what I mean? So my outlet is the fact that I work for myself, so I get to accept clients. I don't have to just take clients. So the people who I train in person and stuff, like they got to pass like an energy test. And then they also just got to be the type person that I'm willing to spend my days and time with. Because, that alone could be draining for y'all that have actual jobs. Y'all know sometimes it's not even a job. It's the coworkers. It's pulling up to the business every day. It's those things that kind of get you to a place where you're like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Yeah. So for me, I've created a way where I don't have to do that. Y'all know me from when I was working at Nike. I came in as a seasonal athlete, got promoted to a manager within my first 6 months while I was there. I hired most of y'all.
Hell yeah, all of us.
Like Bobby was already there, but for the most part, the rest of y'all came in once I was a manager there. So I'm, one of them type people, like, I ain't about to be around nothing that ain't moving forward nowhere. So for me, I think that's just a mindset alone to have when we talk about things that we do. Is like, yeah, you got to put yourself in that mindset of like, I am generational wealth for my family. It ain't just an Instagram meme. It's not just something to say to be cool. Like, you really got to believe in it and you got to walk it, because that got to be your truth. And I think, for somebody who hasn't found their truth, then you got to find something that you're interested in doing every day, and don't nobody got to pay you to do it. I go to the gym every day. I used to be mad working at Nike because I had to miss the gym. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped working there, and then I was like, what am I going to do? I just lost my job, and basically put all my eggs in one basket, ain't save a lick of money, been buying Jordans and Nikes the whole time. I'm fly as hell with no ambition, nowhere to go, because all my goals and stuff was built between what can Nike do for me.
Talk
So
man.
So then I had that conversation with myself of like, nah, what can you do for you? I could tell you more about a Nike product than I can any other shirt in the world. But if I put that same detail into selling my own product and doing my own thing, I'd be my own Nike. It don't got to start off like Nike, because when Nike started, it ain't start off like Nike. So then I just took those principles that we learned from the workplace, and then I started applying them into myself. And then, you know, like Fred was saying, a sense of accountability. That's what I'm always working on. I wake up every day and I could tell everybody on this call what they should do to better themselves. You ask me, I got an answer. Y'all know me. I can help you out with it. It ain't no, you know what I mean? If it's about mindset, you're looking for somebody to preach to you, I got you. But if you're talking about do it for yourself, I'll let everything else in the world come between that, knowing that I'm walking in my purpose though. So then it's like, I'm not being lazy, to your point, Fred, but I'm being passive with my time. I'm allowing the time that I know I got, because I am righteous, right? So I know I'm gonna walk out my house today, and if a motherfucker, you know, excuse my language, but somebody cross my path and they're looking for negativity, we about that too. And we gonna, you hear me, we gonna walk out how we talk it though. So I'm gonna move in a certain way, but I ain't never scared of nothing.
I get it, man. Like you ain't taking it from nobody. You will defend yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, I'm moving righteous though. So I'm not even, like, my mindset don't even think about that. When that comes, we handle that how that comes.
Absolutely.
But everything else is, you can't be passive the same way you would be passive towards negativity, right? So now with the positive things I could be doing, I'll also carry that passiveness. I could wake up, go to work, make my money, go home, get paid, keep the lights on, take care of my daughter, and I'm doing okay. But I had 6 hours that I played MLB The Show. I'm striking out every time I'm on base. Nigga, you in the house playing a video game. That was 2 hours. I could have read 4 chapters out of a book. And I know I could have done that, but I'll still cut on a video game. So something that I be looking for accountability, and that's why I say, like, hey man, you know, we in the culture now, like having a woman it's hit or miss, because we got women that are materialistic, or they look at life through what Love and Hip Hop showed them last Tuesday. But we don't got that like foundation of like, life is exactly this. When I find a woman, like y'all said earlier about J. Cole, love yours. It's about the effort, the time, the oomph that I really put into that, that's gonna build it to be whatever it is. Now, I don't believe in nobody staying with nobody if they don't feel good. But if it feel good, you won't be arguing about dumb stuff. I promise you. We not conditioned to understand that though. Like, we in a different time where like having people around you is most important. So back to like what I do to create groups, I go to the gym. I make sure that everybody I train is a person who I would build around. I put myself in group chats with different individuals like you all, who we have a group chat. I got a group chat with a couple of my own other homeboys. We talk about stocks, bonds, gambling, FanDuel, trying to make some money. I got another group chat. We talk about taking flights and trips and where's the next place we need to go. And I got another group chat and we talk about sports and whatever. But I use those as my foundation of venting. My baby mother get on my nerves. Somebody might post something about killing themselves because they lost the bet. I'll be like, that's the same face I'll be making when my baby mother call my phone. Like, you know what I mean? But like, that's me venting, even though, because, you know, humor is what? Mostly honesty. But it's just coming off as, it's laugh coming off with sarcasm, right?
Yeah, so, laugh at my pain.
Yeah, and y'all know me, I tell a joke real quick, but that's because I've seen things and I've been through things. So I could relate those into like, yeah, that's funny, but y'all know how this feels.
So not to cut you off though, Bryce, what are some things that you would like? I know you said just not being passive. Is there anything else that you would like to change about you, or not, just to help with your mental stability? I hear you, how you
I'm gonna find me, I guess that's what I was leading into, like really finding a woman to to help you with that foundational build of yourself. Like, I love y'all to death, but y'all can't do for me like what a woman gonna do for you when she rubbing your back and she telling you about how your future can work out. When she putting that support behind, I got a business where all I gotta do is talk to people. Everybody on this phone call right now got Pepco, Washington Gas, BG&E, Sprint, Verizon. Y'all pay these bills every month. I really have a platform where I could build that, but I got to go to work and keep the lights on, make sure my daughter fed, and keep a roof over her head. So having that support system where somebody would get on the phone for me for 30 minutes and be a secretary real quick to build me up, you damn right, I buy Birkins and Rolls Royces too. But that's the team that we talking about, love yours, right? So that's what I'm looking for as I guess, something else that I lack. I lack that I be being a bachelor, being a young man, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying my youth.
Listen, bro, and hey, nah,
seeing
bro.
the fruits of my labor.
Listen, enjoy it as long as you can, but just don't strike out trying to enjoy it. That's all I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it as long as you can. Just don't strike out trying to enjoy it. You'll know when it's right. You'll know when it's right.
I don't even be swinging. They be all balls. You hear me? I get walked a lot.
Yeah, hey man.
I be on base for free. You hear me? You gotta know what's going on over here. I'm not swinging that much. But
no, your folks got it easy. You ain't got to work as hard no more, man.
Hey Rob, let me come to you.
We got phones and shit. I used to have the right numbers now.
Rob, let me come to you real quick, Rob. Let me come to you real quick. What are some ways that you handle your mental stability, your mental check-in and what we've been talking about, and what are some things that you would like to work on? So what are some things that you do?
So I'm gonna tell you, man, like being married is growing me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it made me have to slow down a lot. You know what I mean? Like shit. And I mean, Kenny, you know, man, like I love my wife, man, but it's all one compromise. It's always a consistent compromise. And building that team is what's most important. So what used to be my outlet, which was my creation, like writing and drawing, because my time isn't always my own anymore. And in order for me to make that time, I got to either burn the candle at both ends of the, you know what I mean? In order to make it possible. It's hard for me to get that. So my outlet now, for a while, it used to be gaming on my phone. You understand? That used to be my brain break. But now, like just this year, I launched my first business. You know what I mean? And it's based around education. And what I'm working on right now is teaching financial literacy to middle school kids. Nobody likes to work with middle school kids, but that's the most crucial time in development for our young people, because going through puberty and you know, getting ready for adult life, nobody wants to work with them, but that's the most crucial time. You got it. So now my outlet now, my creation is taking a different form. So instead of me drawing and illustrating books, man, I illustrated my own children's history book, man, fictional history, historical fiction book back in 2009 before I met Renee when I was going to Coppin State. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Coppin State.
Didn't even talk to her. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Coppin State.
We took a class together, right? You know what I mean? So like 2011, 2012, I ended up getting my master's degree. 2013, my cousin introduced me to her because she taught my little cousin. You know what I mean? She taught my cousin Deborah's like daughter. You understand? So I believe that God doesn't make any mistakes, but while my life has been tremendously blessed with it, I've had to reorient myself to, you know what I mean, and reprioritize. So my creation is taking different forms now. So now that's becoming my outlet, the thing that I need to start doing. And this is one of the vehicles for it, man, is just allowing myself to be vulnerable around other men. You know what I mean? Around other brothers. You understand? So I got my buddy Ro, and because what I like to do is I isolate.
Okay.
When I met Renee, my brother, my best man, one of my best men, I had two best men because they like my brothers, man, Nikith and Ro. You know what I mean? So I couldn't choose. So everybody up there with me was family, right? So he told me, he was like, Rob, man, you do a real good job, like holding people at bay. you know, if you're from the city, you don't let a whole bunch of people in from a lot of the stuff that you've been through, right? So he told me that, and I was like, damn, bro, you know what? Like, you saying this and you my man. He was like, and I had to look at that, right? Because that isolation wasn't helping me. You understand? So and I'm trying to get better with it, because even now, it's not easy. But I'm training myself to talk more and to share my testimony, man, like with things that I've been through. Like me talking about my brain surgery with y'all, like, and the only person that I met a couple of y'all over Kenny's dad's house, man, like a couple of times before, right? But it was just in passing. So, but me just talking about that, like talking about the blessing of being able to have a kid after having a brain tumor that was like 6 centimeters in diameter.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying to you? But sharing that testimony and letting people know what you've been through, that right there is a stretch for me. You feel me? So the thing that I struggle with most is now honoring myself. It's that passivity that Bryce was just talking about. I'll do for other people because I always feel like I got time to come back and take care of me. I'm gonna be okay. That's that compartmentalizing that we started with, right?
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm good. I'll be all right. But at the same time, when you do that too much, you feel like it's a part of you that's dying. Slowly wilting. It's slowly fading away. You understand? Because as time passes, that passion and that attention that you had for that one thing that was sparking everything starts to like dim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So right now, I'm trying to get to a place now where I can honor myself as much as I honor everybody else.
Gotcha.
Listen, dude, that's a struggle right there, man. It's a struggle for me, man, because part of being righteous is being able to be that person for your family.
Got you.
You got it. So
got you, bro. Like I understand. I appreciate the convo, man. I appreciate all you guys. You know, without further ado, you know, we got the other OG, Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. So first and foremost, open invitation, you know, bourbon at Boucher's, you know, that's an outlet. So anytime
I like that, man.
Bourbon
at Boucher's.
Bourbon at Boucher's. So anytime, you know, brothers just need to like get away for a second, you know, y'all all got my math, just hit me up. That's an open invitation.
Hey man, you might need to start a pod, man, about the different whiskeys called Bourbon at Boucher's. I like that.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey man, and you just take your time and talk about the certain different vodkas. I mean, different whiskeys. You can have a couple people on there drinking with you, man. I like that, man. Bourbon at Boucher's, man.
So I mean, I'm going to be purposeful about, you know, in this new season of myself, creating a safe space for brothers. Like, you know, y'all need to get away from whatever. Y'all need to just, you know, talk it out, you know, have a drink, you know what I mean? You know, for y'all that have been to my spot, y'all know what it is. But, you know, sort of to answer the question, I mean, I met most of y'all, which was my outlet. You know, when I went to work at Nike, I mean, it was never about the money, never really about the discount or anything like that. It was an opportunity for me to not do the shit that I was doing corporately on a day-to-day basis, you know, bringing in billions of dollars of revenue, having thousands of people working in your organization, your business unit, you know what I mean? And literally, like, I will leave that shit, like, you know, leave with a bespoke suit on, leave work, put on, you know, some jogging shorts, you know, and a t-shirt, and be with these brothers, you know, working at that store, doing that stuff. And that was an outlet for me. That was how I actually relieved stress. And you know, believe it or not, I mean, I think, you know, most of you all who know me from there, you know, that's what it was. That's what it was for me. It was like, you know, me clock out for all the stuff that everybody, you know, Bobby Wilson, you know, everybody wanted something from Bobby Wilson all day, every day. And it just was, you know, just hanging with some young folk that, you know, were thriving, were striving, were trying to get to that next, you know, tier, that next level in their life. And anything that I could do just to either, you know, rub elbows, you know, the thing I like about, you know, the whole Nike experience for me was, you know, the connections that I met with folks, you know, whether it was the brothers or even, you know, the young ladies that was there, you know, I just saw people, you know, either graduate from high school, go through college, get married, have houses, have children. I mean, that's like deep. When you think, it's at least a good 50 plus people that I've connected with, during that time, and just seeing like Black people win. So that's really a big outlet, for me.
Mhm.
And that's what it was. I've had to like shift and find different ways as my life has sort of progressed. Right now, it's all about simplifiers. If anybody follows me on any of my social media, especially my IG, man, you'll see either my kids, my bourbon, or me barbecuing. And so, you know what I mean? So, at this point for Bobby, it's like, I might be at Wegmans and see a nice brisket, you know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck that brisket up. Like I'm gonna put the smoke ring right on that brisket. I'm gonna sit back with my bourbon. It might be a Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna spend 10 hours smoking that brisket. And that's just what it is. It's like, me zoning out, not necessarily worried about a whole bunch of other stuff, know what I mean? Just worried about, what I'm gonna do to that protein or whatever I'm doing, fixing that. And then I'm gonna break that down for my family, you know what I mean? Call a couple of my boys, because it's always way too much for me and a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old little girl to eat. So, I'm calling my boys like, come get some of this brisket. Come get some of this chicken, whatever I got going on. So, I find that, James, me and you were talking the other day. I got back into running. I did one of my homeboys from Howard started a challenge, do 50 miles in June. I just hit 25 miles already, so I'm on pace to do that. James was telling me about like he do 10 miles a day and this, that, and the other. Like I'm trying to get where,
we running 10 miles a mile down the BWI trail. You're more than welcome to come with me if you want to get out there.
I got the girl, so I'm gonna have to the next run.
Fred has run with me. Kenny has run with me. They can tell you like this.
I won't do it again.
I do this.
So y'all tripping on them 10 miles, dog.
No, sir. No.
But dad fishing, my pops, is my OG. He loved to fish, and I don't have a better appreciation of that shit. You know what I mean? Because I was wondering, like, what the hell he fished it all the time? Like, that was sort of the Black man's way of, of clocking out, like, like the white boys do with golf. I even golf sometimes. Like, some of my friends be like, yo, it's golf. And I'm like, I love just being outside 4 hours or so, no cell phones or nothing, nobody, I'm golfing. Like, don't call me. Don't do it. I'm not good at it at all, but it's just, what? I'm out there, fresh air, getting some exercise. The cart lady come over with some beer, some sandwiches. It's like, it is what it is. So, I try to find, those small little wins, man, for me, day by day. And then, my biggest joy is my daughters, man. I'm a girl dad. So, I try to make sure that whatever I do is represents, them to the fullest, man. And we were talking about vulnerability, and I'm learning so much about myself because I got a 10-year-old that's a tween, and I got a 2-year-old, man. And so, Bobby being hard, Bobby being the Bobby that was raised, in Chester, Pennsylvania, and all that stuff and everything that I had to do and go through in order to get to where I'm at. It's like, them two little girls melt my heart, my spirit, man. And so it's making sure that I'm mentally in the best place to be available for them. Because for me, the biggest job that I have here is to make sure that I expose to them really what a man is so that I can prepare them to be the best women that they can be for a man. And that's that. At this point in my life, that's what it's about, man. It's like, God bless me and entrusted me with 2 little girls. I'm going to do everything that I can do to make sure that they straight and teach them, how to be, great women, because as for us that have daughters, we are our daughter's first love. They going to interact with gentlemen, based off of their relationship with us. And I just want that to be as healthy as it can be. And I understand that it can't be optimally healthy if I'm not okay. So I'm starting to take some time back to say, you know what, when B ain't okay, I'm not okay. And it's okay for me to say I'm not okay. I appreciate, for, you brothers that knew I was going through my transition, that y'all was, reaching out to me, regularly, like, B, you good? You good? And yeah, I was given the typical, yeah, I'm all right. And I wasn't all right most of the time, but I appreciate the fact that brothers was reaching out to me. It was like, B, you good? Like, and so that did mean a lot to me. But, that's what I'm about, man. Full transparency, I'm making this pivot. This week right now, this is my first week being a full-time single dad. My girls are upstairs right now, and I think they put themselves to sleep because I don't even hear them anymore. So, but that's what it's about, man. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be, divorced. It's okay to be a single dad. It's okay to have your kids. It's okay to put your kids first. It's okay to be a girl dad. It's okay to, wear some pink stuff. It's okay to be talking about rainbows and uniforms. All that stuff that, to me wasn't cool, man. The opinion that means the most to me is them two little girls that's upstairs right now.
That's dope.
Anything else, I mean, F you very much. Respectfully. You know what I mean? But that's all that means the most for me is, man, what them two little girls think at the end of the day. Jason, you got that little one coming, man. I'm praying for you, you know what I mean? And your lady, man. And appreciate that. That's what's up, man. And so, like I said, Bourbon at Boucher's, safe space, that's my other little thing, my love for bourbon that I've gotten to, bourbon, barbecue, and just, chillaxing, man. And just, as we all say, staying out the way.
Gotcha. I like that. Cool. Ken, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna read real quick, man. My outlets, definitely, as y'all talk about, is running. I've gotten to it. I've been into it for a while, but I really got into it over the pandemic. You know what I mean? It was nothing to do, so I had to run, and now it's like second nature. I can't live without it. I listen to music. I mean, it's a message in every song,
especially Jay-Z.
And it feel like, like you're right. I got you, Jay-Z verse. Nobody will fall on this pod if we all be each other's crutches. You know what I'm saying? So, but like music, I think it's for everything you're going through, it's a song for it. You know what I mean? So music is an outlet. And for me, it's a peaceful place. I love to go sit by the water. Water is so peaceful to me. It's so smooth. If I can't watch fish swim, because to me, that's just like freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, watching fish swim or something like that, you know what I mean? Or just water, being peaceful for the water. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger, my mom, we had a fish tank and just watch the fish swim, man. Like, it was just, like, they just looked like they were just chilling always. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was, they had no care in the world. So I know it sounds crazy, but you know what I'm saying? That and just watching water just, it's peaceful. So that's a peaceful place for me. One thing that I struggle with that I like to continue to grow in, I don't necessarily struggle, but I just like to continue to grow is just my authenticity, as Kenny would say. You know what I'm saying? Now my authenticity, like, being okay with being who I am. Continue to grow, and like Drake said, I like the person that I'm becoming. So being okay with being who I am, flaws and all, the good, the bads, the ugly, the ups and the downs, the makeup of me. You know what I mean? That's why who I am. So, being okay with that and being able to be okay with that, being able to accept it and, fix the things that I think need some fine tuning, not necessarily broken, but just some fine tuning or a little bit of cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you may not need a full haircut, so you just get that shape up. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So that's it for me. Kenny, you can have the last words on this one.
I'll be quick, man. It's, my outlets before the pandemic was actually going to the gym. But, when the pandemic started, that's when I started getting lazy, started gaining weight and things like that. So that's going to be a new outlet for me starting this month, getting back in the swing of things now that I'm vaccinated. Before was during the pandemic, I actually started cooking on the grill a lot. Every time James called me, I'm outside. I got the old school music playing. I got a cigar burning. I got the yak or the whiskey on the table, and I'm on the grill, man, just zoning out. And sometimes my wife let me have that space, and I'm just out there, just fixing whatever it is need to be fixed. And then this platform as well. We started doing this thing in person, and when the pandemic started, we had to move to a Zoom and just to keep it going. And like I said, it was James' dream. It was his vision. And as soon as he told the platform to me, I bought in immediately. I said, whatever you need to do, whatever you need me to do, I'm there for you. Now, when I said that, I meant behind the scenes, off the camera. I help you, but somehow, some way, it fell the way it needed to be felt, and we here now. But just having this platform and having the ability to have conversations with people while going through this pandemic, not being able to be around people other than the people in your house. That really helped me. Like, we was doing this thing like every other week or every other Friday. We would it was that easy for us. So and then like what Bobby said, man, like, I'm definitely gonna take you up on that, man, because sometimes us getting together in person, one thing I do find out is when we do talk amongst each other, we start to realize we're going through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to how you get through it. You can throw me some hints. I can throw you some tips on how to get through whatever you're going through. And those are some of the the things that I've learned. But those are some of the outlets that I would suggest people, men like ourselves should do. What's the other thing what I need to work on?
Yeah, something that you would like to change or work on yourself in this, to help or assist with your mental state, mental stability,
with me is learn my new self. I've been taking care of myself and more years. I've been taking care of myself. Well, I've been single more than I've been married in my life. I've been without a child longer on this planet than I have with a child. And I have to, some of the things that wouldn't affect me when I was, by myself, affects me differently now. And, I'm sure it'll be 9 years that I'm coming up in August of me being married. And,
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, marriage is something, man, because I'm at a point now, not putting my business out there, but it's like, man, 10 years, man, you become a whole nother person. Yeah. You and your partner. So it's like, you have to really, like, I'm at a point now where, and me and her was having this conversation, like, damn, like, we really got to relearn each other, because we're two different people. When we married each other, we was compatible then. Not saying that we're not compatible now, but it's like now we have other interests, other things that make us happy. Maybe what made me happy 10 years ago, I don't give a fuck about now. So it's like
evolved.
Yeah, we evolve, and that's where I'm at now. And in order for me to learn her, I got to relearn myself and relearn the things that makes me happy. Because if I'm not happy within, with this new person, then I can't make her happy. So, that's pretty much sums up me. So
cool, man. Appreciate you, man. Last round, man. Everybody, you ain't got nothing in your hand. You ain't got a drink, man. Pour yourself a drink, man. I want to salute you, brothers. I'd like to salute you, brothers, man. And happy Father's Day to everybody on this pod.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Brothers. I'm proud of you guys, especially Jason. You're about to be a proudly new father. Bobby, your father. Smooth, Bryce, Rob, Kenny, and then all of y'all are girl dads. So extra happy Father's Day to y'all, because y'all bringing somebody up in society that you have to be gentle with their heart.
You're not gonna say it, James, but happy Father's Day to you too, bro, because you are a male influencer to your nephew. Absolutely. And he looks up to you. Yeah. So happy Father's Day to you, bro.
I appreciate that. But I'm big on, since the pandemic is giving flowers when they deserve, or giving flowers to people while they're here. So I want to give you guys y'all flowers, because all of y'all are in y'all kids' lives. And Jason, I know you're going to be a great father. I know you are. And you guys are being girl dads. It's different with being, having sons, I'm assuming, but being girl dad, this is the first person she's going to ever love that's a male. And this is what you present to her is what her status quo is going to be of males.
Mhm.
And I know that all you brothers are going to be great. And the reason why I can say that is because having a sister has taught me that, what she see is what she thinks is what's going to be offered to her. So that's what she's going to accept. So, I commend you brothers on being great fathers right now. I'm speaking into existence. Y'all gonna have great daughters as they grow and everything as well. So I just want to give y'all a happy Father's Day shout out on the liquor, man. So cheers to all y'all. It's the last round. So we always cheers to everybody. So raise your glass in the air, man, and take a sip, man. Take a sip. And the last round, man, we're gonna be short and sweet. We do this for the most part we have a last round question that's really consistent. So the final round, the last question, and you didn't gotta tell why, but I think the one was and we want you to pick a male per se because of the topics. So Father's Day toast, and we dead or alive since we did the Father's Day toast. Who was a male influence in your life that you would like to have a drink with and an entree at the bar? Who was a male influence that's been a male influence in your life? And you ain't got to tell why. You can just tell who it is, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
So you want me to start off?
Yeah, man. Who was a male influence in your life that you have a bar?
So my male influence, and I have a drink and entree with him every Thursday. This is my ritual. It's my own pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to still have him here. He lost his father when he was like 7 or 8 years old. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed to even have him here, you know what I'm saying, at this point. But me and him, we link up every Thursday. I either go over there, or for the most part, I go over there, you know what I'm saying, just to spend some time with him. You never know how long your folks gonna be here. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's my rider, because he wasn't a perfect father, he wasn't a perfect husband, you know what I'm saying? But he did everything in his power to make sure that we was good. And I want to be that same type of father, you know what I'm saying? So that's my role model, that's my dog, that's my ace, and that's always gonna be the utmost man I look up to, other than God or Jesus, whoever you believe in, you know what I'm saying? So that's my man, 100 grand. So that's who I'm having a drink, entree, whatever with.
Oh, about you? Yeah, smooth.
Move, puppy.
You reconnecting?
Man. It's weird because I was thinking about this question because I've been on the show before, so I already knew what to expect. But so all right, so y'all know I went to Suitland High School, man, and I'm big on my alma mater. And just this past week, man, we lost one of our youngins, man. Young boy played football at Suitland, Latrell McCants, man.
Rest in peace to the homie.
Peace to him.
This one hurt because you said influence, somebody that influenced me, but y'all know me. I get my influence from the youth, from the kids. You know what I mean? Like I spend my life giving back to the people who probably don't have nobody to help uplift them and let them know it's better for them in life. And every time I see this young boy, like we play flag football every weekend, I see him. When we play sports, we call each other by our jersey numbers. So, like, hey, 9, what's good, man? Like, what's good, OG? You know what I mean? Not just making sure you good, Good luck out there. We about to play against him, you know what I mean? I want him to be great, no matter if it was up against us or not, but he died in a car accident.
Sorry to hear that, bro. Rest in peace to him.
It's crazy, man. Young boy.
Prayers to his family.
It's just hard, man. I'm tired of losing our youth, man. Like, I'm like this. If I never have to do this again, man, I'll be okay. But like, I wish I could just have a drink with that brother, man, because we take for granted what each day gives us. Like, I expect to see him every Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, so I ain't even thinking, I'm like, yo, come over, have a drink. Toast a drink to me real quick, man. Let's toast the life real quick, or let's. We about to go out to get something to eat. You don't think to call everybody. You might just call, you know what I mean? Like, you might just talk to Milton, whoever's family. But like that hurts, man. Whenever we lose somebody younger than me, man, like, it always reassures me that I need to make sure that I keep in touch with the folks I love the most, man. So I really wish I could sit down and have a drink and entree with that brother this Sunday coming up. But Instead, I'm gonna try to link with his brothers. We having a candlelight visual for him tomorrow. You know, try to sit down and have that drinking with his pops and his brothers and cousins. Just man, make sure you tell everybody you love them when you can, man. Please don't miss the opportunity to do that. Yeah. Even if it hurts, man. Even if it hurts, say it anyway, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Pac had a song called "The Good Die Young," man. So definitely, it's crazy, man. My condolences, man.
Yeah, my condolences too to you, bro.
Bobby.
Two different sets, you know, similar to what Jason said, man. You know, I gotta shout out my OG, my pops, you know, Bobby, you know, right, wrong, or indifferent. I mean, that man taught me a lot of shit. And as I've matured into a man, I understand a lot now. You know, I think like a lot of us, you know, I didn't understand a lot that went along with my pops, you know, and I think I judged him, you know, unfairly about a lot of stuff. But as a man now, I know and I understand, you know, having had to go through a lot of those, you know, similar situations. So, you know, shout out to my pops, Bobby Wilson. You know, love him to death. And then the other shout out, Drinks is, and I'm actually this weekend I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna see my pops, as well as I'm gonna see the other folks that I want to sort of shout out is my family, my crew. I call them Brothers. We're two sets of brothers and cousins. You know, my mom's three sons and my aunt and her sister, my aunt's three sons. We all hold each other accountable in my family. We are the patriarchs of my family. We take it very serious, you know, about, you know, what our family and what our family names stand for. So, you know, Jeff, David, Nate, Kevin, and Lamar, you know, I always tag them, tell them to check you guys out. Love y'all dudes, you know, y'all keep each other honest, y'all keep me honest, and, you know, and they are sort of the, you know, the guiding posts in which I make sure that I'm straight and I'm measuring up too. So you got to have some brothers that you love, you trust, that's gonna hold you accountable, that's gonna tell you, you know what I mean, nah, you was wrong with that, you was off with that. So I love them dudes, you know. We call ourselves the brothers because we're brothers and cousins, and we all grew up like brothers. So shout out to my pops, shout out to the brothers, love y'all, happy Father's Day.
Shout out to Pops. Bryce.
Shit, I'm trying to have a drink with Jeff Bezos so that nigga can teach me how to make some money.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't got no sentimental niggas I like.
That's cool too.
Now, real talk though.
Well, I'll say this though, Bryce.
That is, I mean, just to answer your question, that is who I would like to have a drink with though. Just somebody that's living free. When I mean free, I'm just mean like, you know, their time is theirs. It don't belong to nobody else. They get to do as they please, and they can just drop knowledge and just, you know, give me some foundational, look, this where to start, this where to go left at, this where to pump the brakes, the rest is on you. Like, you know, just looking for that guidance in the drink, you know what I mean? Because shit, at this point, I'm number one out the niggas I know. I mean, y'all cool, but I mean, just, you know, just the way I'm at it, like everybody I know, all the male figures, you know, growing up, they ain't do what I'm doing. I see a lot of people not doing what I'm doing as a father. So if anybody, I give them, you know, look in the mirror and take a shot with my damn self. But outside of that, just like some form of mentorship, anybody at that point. But I'm gonna say Jeff Bezos just because when his wife took half, he was still a billionaire. That's dope to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot with you then, just cause you don't know anybody a male figure, but I'm happy to take a shot with you, bro.
I was about to say, man, hey, toast the OG Bryce, man. He earned his OG today, man.
So last
OG today, baby.
Last but not least, man. And thank you again, Rob, being on the show, man. First timer. But who would you like to have a Marjorie and Andre with that was a male figure to you?
Yeah, I got a couple, man.
Talk to
Got
him.
a couple, man. Like, one is my stepfather. You know what I mean? Kenneth Claude Smith. Had to tell his whole name. But that brother, man, stepped in when my dad wasn't there. You know what I mean? Showed me how to tie my first tie, took me on my first date. You know what I mean? Like that actually taught me the game. You know what I mean? Like Rob, read people's eyes, man. Watch their body language. Don't listen to what they tell you. You understand? So he told me about the stuff that a father's supposed to teach his son. You know what I mean? How to conduct myself out here, how to talk to young ladies, different things like that. The other person is my cousin Brian, man. Like, in the when we were growing up, man, everybody around me was hustling. You know what I mean? So he told me, like, listen, this ain't for you. Dude helped me buy my first pair of Timberlands. You know what I mean? Going up Georgetown. That was like a rite of passage. Going up Georgetown, getting you some boots, shopping up that joint. You know what I mean? So that's him, man. I love that dude to life. You know what I mean? And then the last person, man, and I'm just gonna close the list off because, like I said, there's so many, man. But my buddy Rick, he just transitioned, man, on Mother's Day.
Rest in peace to the guy.
Rest in peace.
We always tell ourselves, man, that we got time. You know what I mean? And my man Keith, he was like, man, yo, you need to check on Rick. He's in trouble. This was like a month before he transitioned. And I only attempted to call him once. And when I didn't get him, I went back to my life. You know what I mean? Like the rat race that it is, you know what I mean? But on Mother's Day, he transitioned. And when I got the news, I was like, man, good grief. And then when you look back over your life on the impact that people had, when I first started teaching, he was one of the first people to actually bring me in as a part of that school's family. Like within a year, this dude invited me to be in his wedding. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to nobody else's wedding before that. You understand? But that just speaks to who he was as a person. He came to see me after I had my brain surgery. One of the few people from the people that I work with to come up to the hospital and visit me. You understand? So in that last time, I feel like I failed him in that sense. You know what I mean? Not checking on him and different things like that, man. So those are my first three, man. But it's a lot, man, because even like Bryce said, it's a lot of people that in our life that's not doing what we're doing. But even those people, you learn something from them. My father being one of them, man. My relationship with him is good now. But before, it wasn't. But he taught me how to be a better father by his example of what he said. You know, it created a deficit for me, but it taught me what it felt like not to have in my life. So that encouraged me. So what I'm gonna encourage you to do, bro, is to just look for something that you can take from those people that you said didn't really have an impact on you, that you wouldn't have a drink with, man, because it's always a learning process, no matter who we come in contact with. So those are the three right there, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'll answer it, James. I'll be quick.
I'll answer it too, Kenny.
Yeah. For me, it'll be my best friend, my road dog, my partner, my OG, my pops, and we call him Kenny B. That's what they call him. They call him Kenny B, OG Kenny B. And this man taught me every aspect of from being a man to handling situations, being the head of your family. He is the head of our family. Everybody runs everything by him. As far as when they make life decisions for their own life, they they come to him and ask him. And that's how my pops is, man. He definitely is God-fearing, taught me everything I know to be a man, to be a father, to be a husband. I learned from him, and even being a businessman, because I'm not. Me and him have two totally different personalities. He is an alpha male, and I'm more laid back and chill. So, but he's been a hustler, entrepreneur since the military days. I don't want to tell the stories. He told me how he made money, but he did his thing. And he, I've been working from his business for his IT company since day one, since I graduated college. So he already had a legacy set for me. So I learned everything from the ground up. And it's to the point now where when we deal with different clients, federal clients, commercial clients, state government clients, he come to me and ask me for my ideas and things like that, and 50% of the time, or more than 50% of the time, he'll go with what I come up with. And that's from all his teachings to me. So that's definitely a guy that I sit down and have a a drink in the entree with him any day of the week with him, man. That's my best friend. Best man at my wedding, too. So, go ahead, James.
I'm gonna close it out. Excuse me, y'all. It's tough. So like I said, y'all always hear me talk about my guy, Ronald J.R. Pittman. Like I was saying, I lost him. His birthday is June 19th. It's coming up.
Rest in peace to the homie, brother.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate y'all letting me be vulnerable right now.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
All that is the love that you have for him, bro. That's all that is.
Yeah,
Cathartic, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
All that is. But back before get yourself together real fast, but Kenny, before you was talking about when your grandmother had died and you didn't really cry. So my grandmother had died maybe it's maybe been like 8 or 9 years, maybe 10 years now. But she was going through Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is like the worst thing like you want to see someone go through. The worst thing. So she was forgetting everything. And mind you, I had got laid off from my job. So I was going over there every day to take care of her, make sure she eat. It was like a 2-hour process just for her to get up and eat. And then she would call me my dad every time I came over there. But when my dad came over there, she would call me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she was so confused, but I didn't cry about it. I tried to hold it together, but I didn't really cry about it. Like let it go until her actual funeral. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to hold it and be strong together for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my grandmother, that was like my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
And I didn't really cry about it until I'm in the funeral. You know what I'm saying? We're in the funeral and I have to say some words about her and I just let it go in front of everybody. But I'm trying to hide my pain from everybody this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So my thing to you is, James, don't be afraid of that, dog. Like, don't be afraid of
man.
it was. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of it because that's your way of letting it go. And then once I let it go at that funeral, I was good. You know what I'm saying? So this may be your way right here of letting it go, and then you're gonna be good about it.
Yeah, that. Like when I say that was my guy.
Yeah,
I mean, that was my guy, man. Like I said, first person I met when I moved to Fort Washington. I'm an apartment kid, man, and my mom got us a townhouse in Fort Washington, and he was the first person I really kind of met. And, the crazy thing about it is I don't remember my home number over there, like the address, telephone number, but I can remember his. Like I can remember his telephone number. I know his address. You know what I'm saying? That's how close we were. Man, and like, you know what I'm saying? His birthday's coming up, and I know they're doing something, but I'm gonna be out of town for a couple of other friends' birthday. But and that's bothering me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it's already been planned, and just not thinking about it, just planning life and everything like that. And, going through the motions, man. Like, Kenny know him, man, and he know like I seen him on the show, man. His last show that he did with us, he prayed over the show, and that's why I keep his memory alive as much as possible.
And that's why we're gonna do this show as long as we can,
man. Like
he believed in it.
Yeah, he believed in it. So toast to him, man. I appreciate y'all letting me be a little vulnerable right now. I didn't expect to shed some tears or whatnot, but man, it don't get easy. It doesn't. The hurt hasn't changed yet. He died the day after Christmas. And the hurt hasn't changed yet. You know what I mean? I just, like I said, when your boy, I'm late 30s, almost 40, but you don't expect to wake up and be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody's been saying like, man, I'm gonna hit him tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna get with him. And and the next time I'm gonna see him is when I take my last breath, and Man, it's a lot of them that hurt, as the people on like Fred and French, Fred and Kenny know another hurt, Will. He was a big influence on our lives, so rest in peace to him too. But I didn't know I could feel pain like this again, man. And you thinking like blood can make us no closer. Blood couldn't make us no closer, man. So, shout out to Pitt, JR, as I know him. I love you, bro. Thank you for the time that we did have. I enjoyed the moments that we did share, man. So rest in peace to my guy, and I'm definitely would love to have another shot with him, man. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Man, my audio is crazy, but thank you guys for joining joining us today. Very special edition of Bar Drinks and Entrees. Definitely the show. This is probably going to be one of our best shows that we ever did, man. I'm very proud of the conversation we had here today between us, man. We joked, we laughed, we cried, we found and got jewels from the youngest guy that's on the podcast, man. He really dropped some serious jewels, man. For real, man. That's dope, man. Like I said, this Bar Drinks and Entrees, we are available on all streaming platforms from YouTube, Apple, Google. We ask everybody that came on the show to actually subscribe to whatever platform of your choosing. We're there. Just put it in your tag. You can Google it. So, like I said, we definitely appreciate you guys and all the fathers. Everybody, happy Father's Day. James, you want to say your line? Tell a friend.
Hey, man, tell a friend, man. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure, just make sure that you embrace the Bar Drinks and Entrees podcast, man. Tell all your people to watch it. Like I said, tell a friend. If you have any questions that you would like us to ask on any other shows, man, if you have any guests that you would like that you think would be good for the show, man, send them our way, man. We like to have fresh faces or whatnot on the show. We like to continue to do this. This is something that we love to do, and we love to have everybody's opinion. Everybody's opinion matters on Bar Drinks and Entrees. So we'd love if you have any questions that you would like to ask. It don't matter what kind of question it is, from relationship to everyday struggles to just any funny question or anything you've seen that you think would be good for the show, man. Send it to us. Like I said, you can DM us at Bar Drinks and Entrees. Kenny has the name up. You can send it to me, J_everyday83. Just send it to us, man. Like I said, like Kenny said, man, I appreciate you brothers for being on the show tonight. Man, this was an amazing show. Very, 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 very good show. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to hang with us tonight, man. Hang with us at the bar tonight. Thank you guys. So I would like to do one last toast to y'all and a happy Father's Day again, man. One last toast to you guys. And you guys, stay healthy, stay positive, continue to, progress in y'all life. And, I wish everything manifests that y'all want. I wish y'all much success.
Yep.
Don't drink yet. We got lighten the mood. That ain't how we toast, bro.
Yes,
Come
indeed.
on, Jack. You know what to do.
Up to it, down to it. Forget those that don't do it. We drink because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Something else.
Sir. And shout out to them Sixers too, man. We did handle business tonight.
Yeah, they handled business. I handed up. I was watching the whole time.
All right, man. With that being said, man, y'all out of here.
We out. Bar Drinks and Entrees. We out. See y'all next time.